Chapter 2982. Zhao Guanyin. Lin Yi looked at Elder Yu and frowned. Yes, according to the Zhao family's disciples, when Elder Lin and the others entered the Zhao family's villa, Zhao Guanyin was escorted by Elder Mian and left the hidden Zhao family through the back door. It's been more than half an hour now. I've searched the back mountain and haven't found anyone. Elder Yu quickly said. One ran away. Lin Yi was taken aback. He didn't expect Zhao Guanyin to run away so fast. The reason why Lin Yi came to the hidden house in a wheelchair and didn't let Elder Pai and the others get off first was to confuse the hidden house and make them think that he didn't have the ability to take down the hidden house and that he was here to die. In fact, Elder Zhao did think so before, and because Elder Yu, Gate Master Hua, and Gate Master Jin were here, he felt that Lin Yi and the others wouldn't be able to return. But this Zhao Guanyin was a genius. The situation was clearly in the hidden house's favor, but he still ran away. It seemed that Zhao Guanyin wasn't as cowardly as Lin Yi thought. Yes, Senior Lin, when you entered the hidden house, Zhao Guanyin ran away with Elder Mian. Elder Yu said, what do we do now? We definitely won't be able to catch up to them because I don't know where they ran to. Let's not care about him for now and get rid of the others first. When Lin Yi heard that Zhao Guanyin ran away, he didn't know why, but he had a bad feeling in his heart. He felt that something bad was going to happen, but he couldn't think of any bad consequences. After all, Zhao Guanyin was only an Earth-class master. Even Zhao Qibing, a disciple of the ancient sect, Dark Palace, wasn't afraid of him. What kind of trouble could Zhao Guanyin cause? However, the dispirited old master Zhao, who was sitting in his seat, suddenly laughed out loud when he heard that Zhao Guanyin had run away. Zhao Guanyin, you're really something. You didn't call me when you left. It's been so many years, and you've even lied to your old man. At this moment, old master Zhao probably understood that Zhao Guanyin's previous lack of an opinion was just an act. Because old master Zhao was too strong, too egotistical, and too greedy for power, he forcibly occupied the position of family head and never gave it up. As the young family head, Zhao Guanyin could only do this to protect himself. At the crucial moment, Zhao Guanyin's wisdom was revealed. Zhao Guanyin was obviously smarter than old man Zhao. He had been guarding against Lin Yi. When he saw Lin Yi and the others coming, he knew that it was not a good thing, so he ran away immediately. However, after old master Zhao complained, he laughed happily again. Good, very good, finally one escaped. Lin Yi, it is impossible for you to destroy our hidden Zhao family. I didn't want to destroy your family in the first place. Isn't Zhao Qikun still alive and well? Lin Yi looked at old master Zhao, deep in thought. It seemed like old master Zhao was agitated, and he was losing his mind. This was understandable. Life was full of ups and downs, and the winner who had the upper hand lost in the blink of an eye. Soon, old master Yu, sect master Hua, and sect master Jin returned. Most of the servants and non-core disciples of the Zhao family were dismissed. As for the stubborn loyal disciples and core disciples, they all became ghosts under the hands of these three people. Although these three weren't very strong, it was as easy as killing chickens for them to deal with the ordinary disciples of the hidden Zhao family. Senior Lin, we've done what you asked us to do. Can we go now? Old Master Yu asked. Go? No rush, since you all worship me so much, let's take a picture at the entrance of the hidden Zhao family. Just nice, the disabled old Master Zhao can be our foil. Lin Yi said. Take a picture? Old Master Yu froze, and then his face turned ugly. How could he not know what Lin Yi meant? Now that the hidden Zhao family was destroyed, if they left and started a rumor, Lin Yi might cause some trouble. After all, Lin Yi couldn't surpass the ancient level yet. If the ancient level questioned him, it wouldn't be easy for Lin Yi to deal with it. However, now that Lin Yi had dragged old Yu, Gate Master Jin, and Gate Master Hua to take a group photo in front of the disabled old Zhao, it meant that today's matter had a lot to do with them. Unless the three of them were out of their minds, no one would bring up these things for no reason. Even if old Master Zhao found the ancient sects and said that Lin Yi destroyed the hidden Zhao family, they would stand up and testify that Lin Yi didn't do it. How can we prove our friendship if we don't take a picture? Lin Yi asked indifferently. Okay, take a picture, then take a picture. Old Master Yu nodded helplessly. Therefore, Old Master Yu, Headmaster Jean, and Headmaster Wa all accompanied Lin Yi and stood in front of Old Master Zhao to take a picture. Although the three of them weren't very happy, they could only force a smile to cater to Lin Yi. After all, they were afraid of death. After taking this picture, Lin Yi waved his hand and said, "Okay, you can go. When you go back, behave yourself. Don't think about useless things. Otherwise, it won't be good for you." "Got it, Senior Lin. We will behave ourselves after we go back," Old Master Yu and the other two said quickly. Lin Yi nodded and left the hidden house Zhao with a group of his lackeys. A big house that had been bustling with noise and excitement suddenly became very quiet. People were dead, and people were gone. Of course, the aftermath would be handled by Elder Han. After all, the matters of the hidden house level weren't something normal people could interfere with. But, just when Lin Yi was about to go home to celebrate, Lin Yi's phone rang. A normal ringtone was something normal to Lin Yi, but for some reason, Lin Yi felt a little scared this time. He looked at the caller ID. It was Ziyu. Lin Yi was confused and quickly picked up the phone. "Ziyu? What's wrong?" "Lin Yi bro, it's bad. Your little lover's been kidnapped." Ziyu yelled through the phone. "What little lover?" Lin Yi paused, not understanding what Ziyu was saying. "It's Lil, she got kidnapped," Ziyu said. Chapter 2983. I don't know who it was, but in class today, the teacher said that she's father came looking for her, so she went out and never came back. Ziyu said, "It's already lunch break, and there's no news, so I called you." Qinxi's father? Zhao Guanyin? Lin Yi connected the two immediately. Could it be that Zhao Guanyin had kidnapped Qinxi after coming out of the hidden house Zhao, using her as a bargaining chip to force him to let go of the hidden house Zhao? That was the only possibility he could think of, but Zhao Guanyin had already gotten his hands on Qinxi and didn't call him to tell him anything. What was the reason for that? Didn't Zhao Guanyin know that time was money? The longer he stayed in the hidden Zhao family, the more danger they would face. Now that the hidden Zhao family's core disciples and people were all dead, he still didn't make a move. This didn't make sense. Could it be that he took Qinxi away for some other purpose? But, worrying about it now was pointless. Guanyin and Elder Mian were both practitioners, and Earth class at that. It would be a piece of cake for them to hide. Even if Lin Yi asked Ling Shan to help him search for them, it wouldn't be of any use. With that thought, Lin Yi comforted her. "Ziyu, don't worry, it's her father who kidnapped her. I'll take care of this, just be careful." "Okay, I understand. Lin Yi bro, you have to get Ziyu back as soon as possible. What if something happens to her?" Ziyu said. "Ziyu, don't worry, I'm worried too." Lin Yi nodded. After hanging up, Lin Yi told everyone about Guanyin kidnapping Qinxi, but they were all confused. They didn't know why Guanyin would kidnap Qinxi. If he wanted to threaten Lin Yi, wouldn't it be better to kidnap Ziyu as well? Although he couldn't figure it out, Lin Yi still dialed Boss Zhu's number immediately. Qinxi's safety had always been Boss Zhu's responsibility, but when Lin Yi's call connected, no one picked up for a long time. Lin Yi frowned. It seemed that something had happened to Boss Zhu. He didn't know if he was in danger or not. "Did you see second Boss Zhu?" "No." Han Tianba knew Zhu Lauer, but he didn't see him among the previous people. He didn't pay much attention to him at that time, but now that he thought about it, he realized something was wrong. Lin Yi nodded, his face serious. Either the second and Boss Zhu were still with Qinxi, or the second and Boss Zhu had been exposed. But now, it seemed that the possibility of being exposed was higher. Otherwise, Boss Zhu wouldn't have ignored the call. Mr. Lin, Elder Pai, and I have mobilized our family's power to search for Zhao Guangyin's whereabouts. You should also contact Elder Zhuang. After all, the hidden houses have some power, Han Tianba said, seeing Lin Yi frown. That's the only way. Lin Yi nodded and dialed Gu Xian's number. Gu Xian was the go-to person in the cultivation world. He should have a way to get information about Zhao Guanyin. Of course, the premise was that Zhao Guanyin was still in the cultivation world. If he went into hiding, then no one could do anything. Boss? Gu Xian picked up Lin Yi's call. Boss, I was just about to call you. I heard that your meridians and energy center are all destroyed. This news had already spread throughout the ancient times. What exactly was going on? You didn't mention this when you called me before. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry. Lin Yi said. I called you this time because I want you to help me find out about two people. One is called Zhao Guanyin, the young master of the hidden Zhao family. The other is called Chen Shi, Zhao Guanyin's illegitimate daughter. Oh. Okay, boss. I'll remember it. If they appear in the cultivation world, I should be able to find out about them. Gu Xian nodded. He didn't ask for the reason. After seeing these two, should I capture them first, or, if possible, it's best to find out what they're up to and track them. Capturing them is good, but I'm afraid you're not Zhao Guanyin's match. Your strength is about the same. Lin Yi said. That's fine. If I'm alone, I'll find out where they are first. I'll make a move when I have enough people. Gu Xian said. Alright, I'll leave this to you. Lin Yi said. At the moment, they could only wait for further news. This made Lin Yi's good mood a little gloomy. The others saw how bad Lin Yi's face was, and naturally, they didn't dare mention anything about celebrating. Zhao Qikuan felt guilty. This was all because of his old family, the hidden house Zhao. On a dilapidated national highway, an inconspicuous old Mitsubishi Pajero SUV was speeding along at high speed. The car was nondescript and old, but it was moving very fast. In other words, the driver was an excellent racer. And he was a one-armed man. That's right, this one-armed man was Zhao Qibing. His driving skills were quite good. Even if he was missing an arm, it didn't affect his driving skills at all. There were 3 people in the car. They were Zhao Guanyin, Elder Mian, and the unconscious Chen Shi. Qibing, is this really okay? This is our hidden house Zhao's last chance to rise again. Zhao Guanyin said worriedly. Dad, don't worry. I've already contacted Elder Kong Ming Ming of the Sky Elixir sect. He said that when the young master of the Sky Elixir sect practices Sky Silkworm transformation, he'll find some girls to be his cauldrons and suck them dry, turning it into his own pure qi. He used to have a servant called Sky Butterfly, but she was all sucked to death by him. Zhao Qibing said with certainty. Chen Shi is a good cauldron body. When Sky Silkworm transformation is happy, he'll definitely give us a lot of benefits. Even if you join the Sky Elixir sect, it wouldn't be a problem. We'll be father and son in the Sky Elixir sect and Dark Palace. When we rebuild the hidden house, we'll see if that Lin Yi still dares to mess with us. That's the only way. Guanyin nodded and sighed. I'm afraid your grandfather's done for. Chapter 2984. Man, at the end of the day, he's still my father, your grandpa. We're leaving him like this, I feel bad. Guanyin was a little down. Dad, think about it. It's been so many years. How did he treat you? How did he treat me? Even Zhao Qikuan, how did he treat him? Is there family in his eyes? He chose you because you're his puppet. You don't have a mind of your own, so he can still control House Zhao. He chose me because I helped him level up, made him into Sky Class. Zhao Qikuan, on the other hand, hated Lin Yi, so he always made things difficult for him. Zhao Qibing curled his lips and said nonchalantly, if we want to deal with Lin Yi, we need someone else to do it. Now that the opportunity is right in front of us, we'd be idiots if we don't grab it. Man, I know that your grandpa wouldn't have believed me even if I'd told him. Who knows, I might have been left behind as well. Guanyin knew Elder Zhao's temperament. If he'd told Elder Zhao that Lin Yi might have recovered and come back for revenge, would he have believed him? If it weren't for the fact that Zhao Qibing had just come back to visit his family and heard that Lin Yi was here for revenge, out of fear for Lin Yi, Zhao Qibing would have brought Zhao Guanyin and Elder Mian to run for their lives. Elder Mian ran with them because he was smarter than Elder Bai. He knew exactly how Elder Bai had died. Lin Yi had killed him, and he didn't want to follow in Elder Bai's footsteps. Right, that's why I didn't want to tell that old guy. Qibing said. Dad, don't be too saddened. There'll be more chances for revenge. When we come back, that Lin Yi will die. No matter how strong that Lin Yi was, how could he be a match for the ancient sects? Didn't you see how powerful the black-clothed elder of Dark Palace was in front of Lin Yi? He was just an Earth-class master, but old Pai, a Sky-class master, didn't dare to make a move. If not for the heavenly silkworm transformation's interference, Lin Yi's family would have been ruined. That's true. Zhao Guanyin nodded. The hidden plane was a very powerful existence in the secular world, but in the face of the ancient plane, it was nothing. But he was a little worried. Oh right, isn't there a grudge between the Dark Knight Palace and the Heavenly Elixir sect? It won't be a problem for us to visit the Heavenly Silkworm transformation so rashly, right? Haven't you heard of this saying? There are no eternal enemies in front of benefits. Let's place this top-notch cultivation vessel in front of the Heavenly Silkworm transformation. What hatred is there? Qibing waved his hand. Plus, I'm a core disciple of the Dark Palace. They have to give face to the ancient level. I hope so. Zhao Guanyin nodded. But I really didn't expect Big Zhu and Second Zhu to be Lin Yi's people. They wanted to steal Qin Shi from us at such a critical moment. Luckily, the three of us are Earth-class masters and subdued them. Otherwise, the plan wouldn't have been able to proceed. Actually, when I caught Yuning last time, Lin Yi came looking for me. I felt that something was wrong and started suspecting the Second Zhu, but I didn't have any evidence. I was on guard this time, but I didn't expect it to really be them. Qibing humphed coldly. If it wasn't for the urgency, I would have killed them to vent my anger. This time, we're all on the same side. Once we reach the Heavenly Elixir sect, there won't be any Lin Yi spies around us. We'll be completely free from Lin Yi's shadow. Elder Mian nodded. In the Heavenly Elixir sect, Kang Xiaoming was sitting in Tian Chan's room. He carefully smiled. Ever since ancestor Xianqin told him that although he had a relationship with Xianqin, he had to maintain a good relationship with Tian Chan, Kang Xiaoming began to deliberately flatter Tian Chan. Because he could see that if he wanted to have the right to speak here, relying on the Xianqin ancestor wasn't enough. Tian Chan would give face to the Xianqin ancestor, but she wouldn't give face to him, Kang Ming. Little Ming, what's the matter? Tian Chan could naturally see that Kang Ming was a fickle person, but how smart was Tian Chan? She had been sitting in the position of the young master with the identity of Tian Chan. She couldn't show her emotions on her face. Young Master Tian, I heard that your practice requires a few girls with excellent physiques as a furnace. Kang Ming acted first and reported later because he felt that this matter was in the bag. Oh? Who did you hear this from? Tian Chan asked expressionlessly. Ugh. In this sect, the elders with some status all know that your previous maid Tian Dai, isn't she a good furnace? Kang Xiaoming said carefully. Oh, so what? Tian Chan nodded. For the sake of the Xianqin ancestors' plan, she had indeed disguised herself as a vicious and lecherous young master. As for Tian Dai, Tian Chan had announced to the public that she had been used as a furnace to cultivate to death. I heard that these years, young Master Tian has been looking for another good furnace to replace Tian Dai. Kang Ming saw that Tian Chan didn't show any displeasure, but confirmed his words, so he was relieved and continued to ask. That's right. How can it be so easy to find a furnace? Why are you asking this? Tian-chan didn't even look for a furnace. She said that she was looking for a furnace, but that was just a cover. Whether or not she found one, wasn't it up to Tian-chan to decide? Hee, young master, there's a perfect furnace in front of you right now. What do you think? Kang Mingming finally let out a sigh of relief. It seemed like he had done a great job this time. What perfect cauldron? You're saying you're a furnace? Tian-chan paused and looked at Kang Mingming strangely. Aren't you a guy? Are you actually Kang bro? Of course not. Kang Mingming felt a little awkward after hearing Tian-chan's words. He quickly explained, it's like this. Zhao Qibing, a core disciple of the Dark Palace, has sent you a perfect furnace for your cultivation. He's on the way now. Zhao Qibing from the Dark Palace? Tian-chan was a little annoyed at Kang Mingming for being a busybody, but she couldn't reject him on the surface. She could only pretend to be happy. Oh? Didn't I just teach him a lesson? Why is he sending me a furnace now? Is there something wrong with this? I can guarantee that there's no problem. Kang Mingming shook his head and said with certainty. Chapter 2985. This is what happened. That Lin Yi ignored the restrictions of the ancient sects and destroyed the hidden house Zhao. Zhao Qibing went back to visit his family and ran away with his father. He wanted us to take his father in, so he gave his sister, Zhao Guanyin's daughter, to you as a cultivation vessel. What? The cultivation vessel is Zhao Guanyin's daughter, Zhao Qibing's sister? They're willing to do that? Tian-chan felt that this was so weird. Of course, she's an illegitimate daughter, no feelings. Most importantly, she's Lin Yi's god-sister, the love sister type. Kang Mingming explained with a sinister smile, they think that if this girl is harmed by the young master, Lin Yi will definitely go crazy, but they won't dare to reason with you, young master. This way, Zhao Qibing will see Lin Yi hurt, and he'll be taking revenge for the hidden house Zhao. Lin Yi's love sister? Tian-chan's face changed slightly, becoming a little unnatural, but she quickly covered it up. If that's the case, bring her to me. Yes. Kang Mingming was overjoyed when he heard the agreement. They'll be here soon, I'll bring them to you as soon as possible. After Kang Mingming left, Tian-chan fell into deep thought. Her face changed again and again, as if she was having a mental battle. But finally, a flash of decisiveness appeared on Tian-chan's face as she made a decision. Qibing drove the car to the airport of a nearby city and boarded a private jet. This was the secret property of the hidden house Zhao's, and the registered name of the plane had nothing to do with the hidden house at all, but it belonged to them in the dark. The plane flew straight to the Sky Elixir sect, and quickly landed at the airport of the city closest to Sky Elixir. There was already a car arranged by Kang Mingming, and with Silkworm's permission, Kang Mingming used the resources of Sky Elixir sect. The car quickly brought Zhao Qibing, Zhao Guanyin, Elder Mian, and Qin Shi into Sky Elixir sect. In the guest room, they saw Kang Mingming waiting for them. Elder Kang, how have you been? I've missed you so much since we last met. Zhao Qibing had worked with Kang Mingming to kill Lin Yi, but he was the leader at that time. Now, he had to respect Kang Mingming as his big brother. I've talked to the young master about you guys, Zhao Qibing said. Kang Mingming didn't exchange pleasantries with Zhao Qibing. Zhao Qibing was just a normal core disciple of Dark Palace, and he was an elder of Sky Elixir sect. There was a huge gap between their statuses, and naturally, Kang Mingming had to put on airs. You brought them here, right? Yes. Zhao Guanyin quickly waved at Elder Mian, and Elder Mian placed the unconscious Qin Shi on the ground in front of Kang Mingming. TSK, a little beauty, the young master will definitely like her. Kang Mingming looked at Qin Shi's face, very satisfied. If Qin Shi's looks were all over the place, he wouldn't be interested in Silkworm no matter how good of a furnace she was. That's good, that's good. Zhao Guanyin breathed in relief. It seemed like it was done. I'll bring you to the young master, you'll know what to say then, right? Some things can be said, some things can't be said, so don't speak thoughtlessly. If you piss off the young master, you'll be in for it. Kong Mingming warned. Don't worry, Elder Kong, I'm someone who's been in Dark Palace for a long time, I know the rules, Zhao Qibing said quickly. Kong Xiaoming nodded and led the Zhaos to the silkworm transformations room. After Little Peach informed them, they entered without a hitch. Young Master, Hidden House Zhao Qibing, Zhao Guanyin, Mian Hucheng, and Furnace Qin Shi are all here. Kong Mingming introduced them one by one to silkworm transformation. Zhao Qibing, I didn't think we'd meet again. Tian Chan looked at Zhao Qibing and asked. You're too courteous, young Master Tian. I've offended you last time, I'm here to apologize, young Master Tian. Zhao Qibing didn't see anything amiss. After all, back in Lin Yi's villa, he didn't dare look at silkworm transformation directly. Even now, he didn't dare look at it directly, so he didn't realize that the two silkworm transformations weren't the same person. Of course, unless it was someone from the Sky Elixir sect, outsiders wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Tian Chan and Tian Dai. Oh, so that's how it is. Tian Chan glanced at Qin Shi on the ground and asked, This is the cultivation vessel you gave me? That's right. Zhao Qibing said quickly, She's a great furnace, but because House Zhao doesn't have a suitable method, we can only use normal methods to train her. Young Master, you can train her a bit and she'll become a great furnace. Oh, I heard that this is your sister, Lin Yi's lover? Tian Chan nodded. Yes. Zhao Qibing nodded, but don't worry, young Master, she's still a virgin, she's definitely still a virgin. I can see that, you don't need to tell me. Tian Chan waved her hand, alright, I know your goal, Little Ming told me already. How about this, Zhao Guanyin, you and Mianhua stay here and train with Elder Kong Mingming. Yes. Thank you, young Master. Zhao Qibing was overjoyed. Kong Mingming was someone he knew, and following him would give him hope for revenge in the future. Kong Mingming was also Lin Yi's enemy, so they could work together. Tian Chan saw Zhao Qibing's expression, how could she not know what he was thinking? But, putting all of Lin Yi's enemies together meant that Tian Chan could keep an eye on them. Poor Zhao Qibing and Zhao Guanyin, they didn't know any of this at all, they were still immersed in the great hidden house Zhao's revival plan, dreaming of the day when they could borrow the power of Sky Elixir to revive the hidden house Zhao and kill Lin Yi. They didn't know that Tian Chan was just controlling them. Little Ming, take them to rest, I'll talk to this furnace alone. Tian Chan gestured for Kong Mingming to leave. Yes. Young Master. Kong Mingming quickly nodded and gestured for Zhao Qibing and the others to leave. Since Silkworm Change had spoken, Kong Mingming could arrange for Zhao Guanyin and Mianhua to be part of his team. Chapter 2986. After Kong Xiaoming left with Zhao Qibing and the others, Tian Chan carried Qin Shi and entered her own secret room. This secret room had a formation set up by a master. Even if it was a sky-class master, they wouldn't be able to hear what was going on inside. After entering the room, Tian Chan reached out and massaged Qin Shi's body, and Qin Shi slowly woke up. Opening her eyes, Qin Shi looked at the unfamiliar environment and the unfamiliar people in front of her. She didn't scream, but subconsciously shrunk her body. Qin Shi thought that she was ridiculous. Her own father had hurt her once, and she was stupid enough to trust him and see him again. She thought that she was safe in the school, and with Zhu Lao's protection, her father Zhao Guanyin couldn't do anything to her. But, how could she know that Zhu Lao had been knocked out by Zhao Guanyin, Elder Mian, and Zhao Qibing? Not long after she came out, she was knocked out by her own father and taken away. Therefore, since the other party woke her up, it meant that she was brought to a place where the other party felt safe, which also meant that it was the other party's territory. Her shouting here was useless. Although Qin Shi was young, she still understood these principles. She could only blame herself for being naive, thinking that her father was her father and couldn't hurt her. She didn't think that he would hurt her again. You're awake? Tian Chan looked at the delicate girl in front of her. She was cute, but was she Lin Yi's lover? Lin Yi had a tendency to like Lolas. That Yang Chi-Chi was also the petite type. You are? Where is this place? She didn't see her father and the others. She looked at the handsome man in front of her, confused. Am I handsome? Tian Chan smiled at Shi. Shi froze. She didn't think that this handsome man would ask this question. She didn't know what it was, but she nodded honestly. You're pretty handsome. Then do you want to be my woman? Tian Chan nodded and continued to ask. Her voice was very warm, making people feel comfortable. Shi shook her head. No. Why? Tian Chan asked with interest. Because I already have someone I like. Shi saw that Sky Silkworm had become very amiable, and didn't look fierce, so she dared to speak some truth. Oh, then I'll go kill him. Tian Chan said faintly, isn't that good? No. Shi was shocked and quickly shook her head. I was actually lying to you. I don't have anyone I like. Are you Lin Yi's little girlfriend? Tian Chan changed the topic and asked. Shi was stunned. She didn't think that the person in front of her actually knew Lin Yi. Then those words before, he must have been deliberately asked. I was just joking with you, I'm actually Lin Yi's friend. Tian Chan sighed slightly in her heart. It seemed that Shi and Lin Yi really had a relationship. Really? Shi looked at Tian Chan with some vigilance, as if she didn't believe her words. To be honest, I'm the young master of the Heavenly Elixir sect. You were sent by your father and brother to be my cultivation furnace. To put it bluntly, you are my personal property. I can do whatever I want with you. Tian Chan said, since I told you so much, I actually want you to know that I have no ill intentions towards you. Really? Shi felt that the person in front of her didn't seem to be lying to her. Then, can you let me go? No. Tian Chan shook her head decisively and said, if I let you go, your father and brother will capture you again and offer you to someone else as a cultivation furnace. At that time, it won't be as easy as it is now. Do you understand what I mean? Oh. Shi nodded. What Tian Chan said was not unreasonable. If she really was a bargaining chip offered by her father for glory, then if she went back, they would definitely capture her again. Then what should I do? Stay by my side, be a maid. I will teach you the best cultivation method to become a cultivation furnace. Don't use your previous cultivation method. Tian Chan said. Then don't I have to become a cultivation furnace to be used by others? Shi was slightly stunned, not understanding what Tian Chan meant. What if this person is Lin Yi? Tian Chan smiled slightly. Do you want to become someone who can help him? Yes. Shi nodded shyly. One had to say, Tian Chan's words hit the nail on the head. Becoming someone who could help Lin Yi made Shi really happy. After all, Ziyu had always instilled in her that the girls around Lin Yi all had their own specialties, and she didn't have much of an advantage over them. All she had to do was act cute, or seduce, but Shi wasn't good at any of that. Now that Tian Chan was giving her a chance to help Lin Yi, of course she was moved. From now on, your name will be Tian Shi, and you will be my personal maid. But don't tell anyone about this. You will only be responsible for me, understood? Tian Chan said. Yes, don't worry, I won't trust my father or anyone else anymore. Shi nodded, a little embarrassed, but, your personal maid, Tian Chan smiled faintly and turned around. It was unknown how she did it, but she wiped her face a few times. Then, her beautiful hair scattered over her shoulders. She turned around and became a gentle and beautiful woman. Why you? You're a girl. Shi's eyes were wide open. If she still couldn't tell that this was a girl, then her eyes must have had problems. That's right, but can you keep this a secret for me? Including Lin Yi? Tian Chan nodded. Yes, don't worry, sis. I'll keep this a secret for sure. She nodded hard. She didn't know why, but she felt that Tian Chan was very trustworthy. It gave her a sense of security. Tian Chan, on the other hand, didn't know why she would show her true face in front of Qin Shi. Perhaps she was Lin Yi's lover? Tian Chan felt that she could trust her. From now on, in front of me, call me young master. My name to outsiders is Sky Silkworm Transformation. Tian Chan said. Don't give yourself away in front of outsiders. Yes. Qin Shi nodded. But after some hesitation, she asked weakly, young master, can I contact Lin Yi bro? Chapter 2987. I got it. Qin Shi nodded obediently. Then you have to tell Lin Yi bro, he'll be worried, don't worry, I will help you convey it. Tian Chan said. Qin Shi was relieved. After arranging a place for Qin Shi to rest, Tian Chan fell into deep thought. With Zhao Guangyin's arrival at the Heavenly Elixir sect, the news of Lin Yi advancing to the early stage of Heaven stage and flattening the hidden Zhao family also spread. Tian Chan was very surprised. Lin Yi was actually fine? And he even broke through to the early stage of Heaven stage? Before, Tian Dai saw with her own eyes how serious Lin Yi's injuries were. Could it be that all of this was an act by Lin Yi? Tian Chan really couldn't figure it out. How did Lin Yi recover from his injuries when his meridians and dantian were all destroyed and he couldn't even use the mantra? However, although Tian Chan couldn't figure it out, she was really relieved. That's right, how could the man she paid attention to fall so easily? Whether he had the ability to recover or it was all an act, Tian Chan felt that Lin Yi was very powerful. A rogue cultivator could destroy a hidden family. What kind of ability was this? Although this matter was very easy for an ancient sect, that was a sect, how could it be compared to a rogue cultivator? As for Qin Shi's news, Tian Chan didn't intend to directly call Lin Yi to tell him. What identity should she use to call Lin Yi? How should she say it? If Lin Yi asked her for people, should she give it or not? If she gave it, Tian Chan didn't care, but what would the Xianqian ancestor think? If she didn't give it, Lin Yi would definitely be unhappy, and Tian Chan would also be very unhappy. Therefore, Tian Chan decided to release the news that the young master of the Heavenly Elixir sect, Tian Can, had become an excellent cauldron, but because this cauldron didn't have a good corresponding mantra, he decided to let this cauldron cultivate again and use it after 2 years. In this way, things became reasonable, and Lin Yi didn't have to worry about anything happening to Qin Shi in 2 years. Of course, Tian Chan wasn't afraid that Qin Shi would be taken away by others in these 2 years, not even by the Xianqian ancestor. After all, Tian Chan had to continue to maintain his lustful identity in front of outsiders, so it was absolutely impossible to give away what was in his pocket. Tian Chan breathed a sigh of relief when she thought of the future path for Qin Shi. The Zhao father and son and elder Mian settled down in the guest room, while Kang Xiaoming went to see the Xianqian ancestor. Disciple Kang Mingming greets master. As soon as Kang Mingming entered, he saw that Patriarch Xuanqian's expression was very ugly. He didn't know why Patriarch Xianqian was unhappy, but he knelt on the ground in fear and reverence. Kang Mingming, who told you to send a cauldron to Sky Silkworm Transformation? Patriarch Xianqian asked coldly. Ah. Kang Mingming was stunned. He didn't expect Patriarch Xianqian to be angry because of this. However, he didn't know what he did wrong. Master, didn't you say that I'm an elder of the Heavenly Elixir sect and that I should build a good relationship with young Master Tian? I thought, a servant girl was killed by him, and I found a cauldron to please him. Is there anything wrong with that? Patriarch Xianqian was stunned. He realized that he was indeed a bit impatient. Kang Mingming didn't know the reason behind it. He didn't know that Sky Silkworm transformation was actually a female, so he did these things. Patriarch Xianchen knew that Tian Chan couldn't use a cauldron to cultivate. Cauldron cultivation emphasized the balance of yin and yang attributes. Both Tian Chan and Chen Shi were yin attributes, so how could they be used? The so-called killing of a servant girl was just a rumor. Xianchen remembered that the servant girl had died in an accident. A cauldron is such a big thing. What if Sky Silkworm transformation doesn't like it if you don't discuss it with me? Wouldn't you be kissing up to the horse's feet? Patriarch Xianchen explained himself. I'm doing this for your own good. Sorry, master, disciple was impatient. Next time, disciple will definitely discuss it with you first. Kang Mingming hurriedly said. I heard that Zhao Guanyin and Mian Huachuan are both Earth rank experts. Patriarch Xianchen asked. Yes, master. Kang Mingming hurriedly answered. Find a chance to test them. Ask them if they want to become stronger. If they do, I can help them. Patriarch Xianchen pondered for a moment and said to Kang Mingming. What do you mean? Kang Mingming was stunned. Master, you want to give them qi gathering pills? How can there be so many qi gathering pills for them? Patriarch Xianchen shook his head. I'm working with a force to modify cultivators. I don't know if it will succeed or if there are any drawbacks, so I wanted to find someone to try it out. Coincidentally, these two have come to me. So that's how it is. They might die easily. Kang Mingming nodded. Master is indeed sinister and ruthless. Even I didn't expect to make a move on someone from the hidden Zhao family. I'm impressed. Alright, stop flattering me. I'll have little one follow you. When the time is right, show off your skills in front of those two from the Zhao family. They'll probably take the initiative to beg you to become stronger. Patriarch Xianchen said. That's true. Don't worry, master. I've made the arrangements. I won't let you down this time. Kang Mingming nodded and prepared to leave. Wait, when you leave, tell Little Peach to inform the Heavenly Silkworm transformation to come see me. Tell him that I have something to discuss with him. Patriarch Xianchen instructed. Yes, master. Kang Mingming didn't think too much about it. After leaving the door, he found Little Peach and asked her to inform the Heavenly Silkworm transformation to come see Patriarch Xianchen. Meanwhile, he went to find Little One to meet Zhao Guanyin and Mian Huachuan. The Heavenly Silkworm transformation knew that Patriarch Xianchen or Patriarch Xuanzhen would definitely look for her because of the cauldron, so she wasn't surprised. She directly came to Patriarch Xuanzhen's room and said respectfully, Disciple Tian Chan greets Martial Uncle Xianchen. Tian Chan, I heard that Kang Mingming gave you a cauldron. How do you plan to deal with this matter? Patriarch Xianchen didn't beat around the bush and asked directly. Martial Uncle Xianchen, I'm going to announce to the public that the cauldron's previous cultivation method isn't suitable. I'm going to have her cultivate a better cauldron cultivation method again. Then, I'll have her be one of my maids and temporarily replace Little Peach. Tian Chan said, this way, I can hide the fact that I'm a woman and let everyone think that I didn't touch the cauldron because her cultivation method isn't suitable. That's not bad. Patriarch Xianchen nodded. Although he really wanted to give this cauldron to his other disciples, giving it to Tian Chan was equivalent to wasting it. Chapter 2988. But for now, according to the outside world's understanding of Tian Chan, she was domineering and lecherous. How could she possibly give her woman to someone else? Not to mention a high-quality cauldron. Of course, if the cauldron was left by Tian Chan's side on the surface and given to her disciple in secret, Tian Chan probably wouldn't allow it either. Since the cauldron was in Tian Chan's hands, Tian Chan might be considering giving it to her younger brother, Tian Change, or someone else from the Heavenly Elixir sect. Forefather Xianchen didn't want to cause trouble with Tian Chan over such a small matter, so he could only nod in agreement. He was a little annoyed. Kang Mingming had directly given the cauldron to him, and he could still give it to the hidden Zhao families Zhao Guanyin and Mian Huachuan, just like now. But after the heavenly elixir sect, could he still take it back? Senior Uncle Xianchen, is there anything else? Tian Chan naturally guessed what forefather Xianchen was thinking when she saw his expression. However, Tian Chan naturally wouldn't let him have his way. She pretended not to see it and asked. It's fine. You can go back. This Kang Ming Ming is really something. Watch me scold him for doing something like this. Forefather Xianchen pointed at the mulberry tree and scolded the locust tree. That's fine too. I'm also looking for a maid. Little Peach and Kang Ming Ming love each other, so I'm going to betroth Little Peach to Kang Ming Ming. It'll help them achieve their goal. That's why I need to find a maid. I'm guessing that Kang Ming Ming sent this cauldron to me. Tian Chan purposefully misinterpreted Kang Ming Ming's intentions and said to forefather Xianchen. Tian Chan knew why Kang Ming Ming approached Little Peach. He just wanted to get close to her through Little Peach. Little Peach wasn't a stunning beauty, but Kang Ming Ming pursued her with all his might. The meaning behind this was self-evident. Oh. So that's how it is. Patriarch Black Earth was suddenly enlightened. He snorted coldly and said, no wonder this kid didn't tell me beforehand. So it turns out that he wanted to exchange for Peach Blossom. I knew it. Patriarch Xianchen did not have any interest in women, so he did not think that Little Peach was beautiful or ugly. He believed Tian Chan's words. After all, Kang Ming Ming and Little Peach had been very close during this period of time. Patriarch Xianchen had also seen it. So, I think it's better to help Kang Ming Ming and Little Peach be together, Tian Chan said. Alright, but you have to remind Little Peach to keep her mouth shut. If she reveals that you are a girl, don't blame me for being impolite to her. Her family will also die. Patriarch Xianchen said. Alright, I'll pass on your message, Uncle Master Xianchen. Tian Chan nodded. Alright, you may leave. Patriarch Black Earth waved his hand, indicating that Tian Chan could leave. When Lin Yi got back to the villa, Meng Yao and Yushu saw that Lin Yi's face wasn't looking too good. The miss asked curiously, Lin Yi, what's wrong? Is the hidden house Zhao not going well? Zhao Guanyin ran away and took Chen Shi. I can't contact the Zhu brothers now. I don't know how they are doing, Lin Yi said with a frown. Ran away? Meng Yao paused. Yeah, but he only took Chen Shi, not Ziyu. That's what I'm confused about. If Zhao Guanyin wanted to blackmail me, he should have done it now, but there's no news at all, Lin Yi said worriedly. That's strange. The eldest miss was stunned. Logically speaking, there was always a reason to kidnap someone. It was either to rob them of their wealth, to rape them, or to blackmail them. Chen Shi was Zhao Guanyin's biological daughter. Even if Zhao Guanyin was worse than a beast, he shouldn't be able to do anything like rape. As for money, with Chen Shi's poor family background, even if they had some money recently, it still wouldn't be enough to enter the eyes of the hidden Zhao family. The last one was blackmail, but he didn't do it to Lin Yi. Shield bro, Shu thought of a possibility. Yushu thought about it and had an idea. Could it be that Zhao Guanyin took Chen Shi to give her a gift? Gift? Lin Yi didn't quite understand what Yushu meant. Zhuan Niaoqiang slapped his thigh. That's right. Boss Lin Yi, why didn't we think of that? Sister Shu is the smartest. Previously, both of us wanted to kidnap Chen Shi and use her as a cultivation cauldron. That Zhao Guanyin definitely knows about this. He can definitely give Chen Shi away as a cultivation cauldron and ask for the protection and support of some big shots. Oh. That makes sense, Lin Yi nodded and looked at Yushu. Shu, do you think so too? Yeah, I think so too, Yushu said with certainty. Yushu said with certainty, this is in line with Guanyin's thoughts as well. Hidden House Zhao is no match for Shield Bro, and if he doesn't want to die, he'll have to find someone stronger to back him up. The only bargaining chip he has left is Chen Shi. If that's the case, then Chen Shi is in danger. Lin Yi frowned. But, there's no point in panicking now. We can only slowly gather information, Han Tianba comforted. Lin Yi nodded, but soon, there was news from the hidden house Zhuang. Boss Zhu and second brother Zhu were found in an alley near the school, and both of them had different degrees of injuries. Boss Zhu's injuries were more serious, and they were on the way to Donghai. But, Lin Yi felt that this wasn't normal. Boss Zhu and second brother Zhu were both Earth-class masters, and both of them were injured. The enemy needed at least 3 Earth-class masters to do this. Could it be that there was a third person other than Zhao Guanyin and Elder Mian? Zhao Qibing. Suddenly, he thought of Zhao Qibing. He picked up his phone and called Gu Xian. Boss, why are you calling again? It's so fast, I don't have any news. Gu Xian asked, confused. I'm not asking for news, but I need you to keep an eye on someone for me, Zhao Qibing from the Dark Palace. He's related to Qin Shi. Lin Yi said. Oh. Okay, I'll get some people to look for him, Gu Xian replied. Although this made Lin Yi very uneasy, he still had to live his life as usual. Before Gu Xian had any news, Lin Yi couldn't go around looking for Qin Shi like a headless chicken. He could only do his own things. After breaking through to the early phase of Sky Class, Lin Yi had a lot of things to do. He needed to practice the later moves of Fire Baguazhang, find a suitable Sky Class weapon, and complete the second stage of the Art of Dragon Mastery. He could go back to West Star Village and open the third stone door at any time. Chapter 2990. After reaching Sky Class, he could use the Spring Rain Martial Technique to provide more stamina and pure Qi. Would he be able to concoct Sky Class pills with Han Jingjing's help? However, the most important point was that Lin Yi was in need of money. The medical company was barely holding on, but it didn't mean that they had made it through. After this batch of medicine was sent to the distributors, there would definitely be a gap. Before, it was the distributors who paid first and then the goods, but after this incident, which distributor would be stupid enough to pay first and then the goods? They would only pay when the goods arrived. This way, Miracle Dr. Guan's medical company wouldn't have the money to produce the next batch of medicine. Fatty Lai had already told Lin Yi about this, but Lin Yi really had no other way. Among his lackeys, the richest was the secular House Lu, and now that the secular House Lu was done for, Lin Yi really didn't have a place to look for money. The richest in the hidden plane were the hidden House Yu and the Golden Clock sect, but these two were just feigning civility because they were afraid of Lin Yi. If he really wanted money from them, it wouldn't be possible. Lin Yi couldn't just go to their door and extort money, could he? The ancient level would probably interfere if he did this without a good reason, and that wasn't something Lin Yi wanted to see. He'd had enough troubles recently, and he didn't want to cause any more trouble now that everything had calmed down. He could only take it one step at a time. Lin Yi temporarily settled his lackeys and went to the backyard of the villa, ready to try activating the Fire Baguazhang. When he was in the late phase of Earth Class, Lin Yi could already activate the 8th form of the Fire Baguazhang, but he couldn't activate the 9th form. Lin Yi could already activate the 9th form of the Fire Fist, so Lin Yi activated the mantra for the 9th form of the Fire Fist, and then he moved the Qi to his palms, using the method of the 5-element Baguazhang, and quickly activated it. Boom! There was an explosion in the yard. Although Lin Yi only activated it in the air, the power was not to be underestimated. The huge explosion shocked Lin Yi's lackeys in the villa, but most of them were happy. Lin Yi seemed to be stronger than before. This was the same as activating the 15th form of a normal martial technique. Before, Lin Yi could instantly kill a mid-phase Sky Class Master, and now, Lin Yi felt that he could kill a peak mid-phase Sky Class Master. But whether or not, he had to test it first to know. What made Lin Yi regretful was that after activating the 9th form, Lin Yi's body actually drained all the Qi in his body, causing Lin Yi to directly go limp on the ground. The 15th form, generally, could only be activated by a mid-phase Sky Class Master. Now that Lin Yi was activating it, it naturally consumed more qi. And Lin Yi also found that the higher the level of the fire Baguazhang, the harder it was to activate it. It was not like when he was in the early phase of the Earth class, where he could easily activate it. Now, every time Lin Yi activated it, he had to use all his strength, and he couldn't activate it continuously. After quickly recovering his qi, Lin Yi began to try activating the 10th, 11th, and 12th forms of the fire fist. However, these three forms seemed to be already memorized by Lin Yi, activating them in one go without any hindrance. At the 13th form, it came to an abrupt stop. And even after activating the 12th form, Lin Yi didn't feel as exhausted as when activating the 9th form of the fire Baguazhang. After that, Lin Yi tried again and found that he could activate the 8th form of the fire Baguazhang twice. In other words, he could instantly kill 2 mid-phase sky-class masters. Compared to before, this was an obvious improvement, but it still didn't reach Lin Yi's expectations. It could be said that the art of dragon mastery had an obvious advantage before the mystic class, and the all-purpose skills had an obvious advantage before the earth class. But now, Lin Yi had stepped into the sky class, but he still hadn't found an advantage, so Lin Yi placed his hope on the 3rd stone door that was about to open. The news of Lin Yi's recovery spread like wildfire across the entire ancient world. And the Dark Palace, naturally, received the news long ago. At this moment, Zhao Qibing had returned and was sitting in the meeting room. Lin Yi, that freelancer, actually recovered his strength and reached the early phase of sky class. How is this possible? Wasn't he poisoned? Zhao Qibing, tell me, what's going on? Wasn't it Kong Mingming who poisoned him? The Grand Elder was exasperated. She thought that she would be able to take the 2 pills from Lin Yi's hands with her arrogance, but not only did she fail to take them, Lin Yi had become even stronger. The poison is fine, but this Lin Yi can't be judged by common sense. It's been like this many times in the past. Lin Yi looked like he was done for, but when his enemies arrived, they realized that Lin Yi was faking it. Zhao Qibing said bitterly, Kong Mingming and I once saw Lin Yi, who was supposed to be unconscious, suddenly stand up and use a big move, turning a few of our masters into ashes. You're too weak, you're too weak. If I had to do it myself, that Lin Yi would be begging for mercy. The Grand Elder smiled coldly, forget it, let's not talk about this. How did your trip to Sky Elixir go? Did you resolve your grudge with Sky Elixir? Grand Elder, Elder Kong said that he would prioritize making qi-gathering pills for Dark Palace, and it'll be done soon. He's very happy about this. Zhao Qibing said quickly. That's good. The Grand Elder nodded. Last time, when Elder Hei Yi and Sky Silkworm transformation had a conflict, the Grand Elder was afraid that it would affect the relationship between the 2 sects, so the Sky Elixir sect purposely made things difficult for Dark Palace. It just so happened that Zhao Qibing had this plan, so he made the trip. It seemed like the effect was achieved. You did well this time. Thank you for the compliment, Grand Elder. Although Zhao Qibing said that, he didn't think much of the Grand Elder. This was a classic example of bullying the weak and fearing the strong. In front of the Sky Elixir sect, he was the grandson, but in front of Lin Yi, he was the boss. But, you're only good at talking, do you want to give more to Lin Yi? Do you dare? With the restriction of the ancient sects, even if you were Sky Class late phase peak, you wouldn't dare to cause trouble in the common world. Ice Palace. Bingtang knew that Lin Yi had regained his strength earlier than the others, as Aunt Qing brought the good news to her. Chapter 2991. He is actually in Heaven stage. Rock Candy was a little emotional. It was rare for her to be able to enter Heaven stage at such a young age. Although every sect had some elixirs, breaking through to Heaven stage was different from other stages. Qi-gathering pills were not used unless it was absolutely necessary. This was also the reason why the Palace of Dark Knights didn't use it until now. After all, once the qi-gathering pill was used, one's strength would be stuck at the moment of advancement. In the future, Unless one kept taking chi-gathering pills or accepted the enlightenment inheritance and no longer had the level barrier, the path of cultivation for the rest of his life would be locked. Yes, Palace Master, Lin Yi is really young and promising. If he wasn't Vice Palace Master Feng's boyfriend, Palace Master could also consider it. Aunt Qing said with some emotion. Rock Candy suddenly blushed. Thinking of her promise to Lin Yi to be his little wife, Rock Candy couldn't help but feel a little flustered. Watching Lin Yi grow step by step, was she really going to marry him? Back then, Rock Candy only said those words out of anger. She never thought that Lin Yi would really have such a day. But now that Lin Yi was already in the early stage of Heaven stage, it was really hard to say what would happen in the future. Aunt Qing, when did you speak up for a man? Didn't you tell me before that men are unreliable? Rock Candy changed the topic because it was really hard for her to imagine what it would be like when she became Lin Yi's little wife. Back then, I and that man were interested in each other, but that man rejected me. But maybe he had his difficulties. I used to think that he looked down on me, but after he left for so many years and there was no news from the old palace master, I gradually understood that he rejected me for my own good. If he had accepted me back then, how would I have spent all these years missing him? Aunt Qing sighed. Although she didn't look old, her actual age was almost 40 years old. Oh. Aunt Qing, have you thought it through? Bing Tang was stunned and looked at Aunt Qing in surprise. Yes, after experiencing Lin Yi's matter and seeing Deputy Palace Master Feng separate from his lover, and the two of them can't be together for various reasons, I figured it out. Maybe that person also has his own difficulties. Aunt Qing said, I just don't know how he is now. Is he living well? Aunt Qing, it's good that you've thought things through. Bing Tang heaved a sigh of relief. Aunt Qing's matter was also Bing Tang's concern. Aunt Qing, since you have thought it through, have you decided to get married? Of course not. Back then, that person said that if it was really possible, he would come back to find me. At that time, I thought that what he said was just perfunctory, but now that I think about it, maybe it really wasn't perfunctory. Aunt Qing shook her head and said, so, I will continue to wait. Bing Tang nodded. She understood Aunt Qing. This matter had been in her heart for more than 10 years. How could she let it go so easily? However, Bing Tang finally found a chance to ask, Aunt Qing, because of your matter before, I couldn't ask, but now that you have thought it through, can you tell me about what happened in the past? According to the rumors in Jianghu, the two masters who suddenly appeared were masters of the heavenly way, and your lover was actually a master of the heavenly way. It's really incredible. Hee, rumors are not necessarily reliable. In fact, I asked him if he was a cultivator and if he was a master of the heavenly way. At that time, he didn't answer directly, but he gave an ambiguous answer. Aunt Qing smiled. What answer? Asked Bing Tang. He said that he didn't know what level of expert he was. If I had to say, he should be an unranked expert because he was neither a physical cultivator nor a spiritual cultivator. However, he was more powerful than any cultivator in the world. Aunt Qing seemed to be lost in her memories. She thought back to those years and those things. More powerful than any cultivator. What about those people in that place? Bing Tang hesitated and asked. They should be more powerful. Back then, he killed Patriarch Mad Dragon with one punch in the everyday sect. Aunt Qing said, this isn't something that any cultivator can do. So, those rumors are true. Rock Candy had heard of these things before, but most of them were hearsay. Because of Aunt Qing, she did not delve into it. Only now did she know clearly, then, what's his name? His name is Lin Dongfang. Aunt Qing remembered this unforgettable name. Lin Dongfang? The same surname as Lin Yi? Bing Tang was slightly stunned, then looked at Aunt Qing with a faint smile and said, Aunt Qing, is it because Lin Yi's surname is also Lin that you favor him? Maybe. Aunt Qing didn't deny it, but nodded slightly and said, but Lin Yi has his own merits. Aunt Qing, you go and tell this good news to Xiao Xiao. After she hears it, she will be very happy. Bingtang hesitated and said. Oh. Aunt Qing was slightly stunned. This wasn't like Bingtang's personality. Because of her, Bingtang had always been cold towards relationships since she was young. This time, she actually took the initiative to ask her to tell this news to Xiao Xiao. Actually, Aunt Qing, you have said so much to me, and I understand your feelings. Naturally, I also understand Xiao Xiao's feelings. I hate Lin Yi, maybe because he is the first solo practitioner who dares to challenge the dignity of the Ice Palace, and also the first man who made me say things like being his little wife, so I have always been prejudiced against him. But, as Aunt Qing said, he is really powerful. Bingtang had to admit that Lin Yi was a powerful person. A solo practitioner who could step into Sky class from Mystic class in such a short time was really unbelievable. Huh, that's good. Aunt Qing smiled. Actually, I also don't want to see you and Vice Palace Master Feng have a conflict because of this. Aunt Qing left, and Bingtang fell into deep thought again. Unconsciously, she remembered the scene when Lin Yi came to the Ice Palace for the first time. Lin Yi stood in the snow, looking forward to meeting her. Even if he didn't eat or drink, he just stood there for half a month, just for Xiao Xiao. Chapter 2992. When he was at Mystic Phase, this goal was out of reach, but now, it wasn't within reach, but it wasn't far away either. She thought about how Lin Yi fought for Tang Yun at House Tang's birthday banquet, and how he didn't hesitate to fall out with House Tang and even the Heavenly Elixir sex envoy. At that time, she thought that Lin Yi was overestimating himself, but now it seemed that it was the hidden House Tang who was overestimating himself. Now, in the hidden world, who would dare to go against Lin Yi's will? The hidden House Zhao would be their end. Thinking about this, Crystal Candy suddenly felt that Lin Yi wasn't that annoying anymore. He was a solo practitioner, and he was able to get to where he was today with his own hard work, one step at a time. He was different from the practitioners who came from big sects, and he could only rely on himself. The background of a hero was never questioned. Those two unknown masters were able to sweep through the ancient world, weren't they solo practitioners? In fact, he might not even be a rogue cultivator, but he was still able to turn the ancient era upside down. Crystal Candy's view of Lin Yi changed unknowingly, and she was even happy for Xiao Xiao. To have a man who loved her like this, at least he was much better than Aunt Qing. Although Aunt Qing went to help Lin Yi, Xiao Xiao still didn't have the mood to train. Aunt Qing could help for a while, but not forever. Lin Yi was crippled by poison, and this wasn't a small problem. There was no antidote for the poison, and Lin Yi's injuries were on his meridians and dantian. This was a vicious cycle, and no matter how good the medicine was, it couldn't heal Lin Yi's injuries. In the world of practitioners, if the dantian was crippled, it meant that the practitioner's path of training had ended, and he could only be a normal person for the rest of his life. Xiao Xiao knew that Lin Yi valued strength. Without strength, where would Lin Yi go? Just as Xiao Xiao was frowning, Aunt Qing walked into her room. Aunt Qing. Hearing the footsteps, Xiao Xiao raised her head and froze. Aunt Qing, why are you back? Lin Yi's husband. How is he? Vice Palace Master Feng, I'm going to tell you a very important piece of news. Don't get too excited after hearing it. Aunt Qing finally untangled the knot in her heart today and joked with Xiao Xiao. If it were any other time, Xiao Xiao would definitely say, Auntie Qing, just call me Xiao Xiao, why call me Vice Palace Master Feng? But today, Xiao Xiao couldn't care less about that. She was thinking about Lin Yi, so she quickly asked, Aunt Qing. What was going on? What happened to Lin Yi? Something very big. Aunt Qing looked at Xiao Xiao with a serious face and said slowly, he broke through to Sky Class early phase. Ah. Xiao Xiao was so nervous that her heart was pounding. She didn't think that it would be something this big. This was indeed a big deal, but how could Xiao Xiao not think the worst when Aunt Qing said it like that? A smile appeared on Xiao Xiao's face as she complained, Aunt Qing, you're just scaring me. The news of the everyday sect and Lin Yi's recovery and annihilation of the hidden house Zhao naturally spread. When Pinliang heard the news, he was a little surprised, but not too surprised. He was Lin Yi's earliest opponent since returning to the city, and he was also one of the opponents who understood Lin Yi the best. He saw Lin Yi's ups and downs a few times, and the rumors said that Lin Yi was injured, but Lin Yi stood up again in the end. This made it very easy for Pinliang to accept that Lin Yi wasn't injured at all, and that he was pretending to be weak. Pure Yang, what do you think? Pinliang frowned after receiving the news. Master, in fact, this has nothing to do with us. The news of Lin Yi being poisoned and the news of him kicking the Zhao family came back almost at the same time. We didn't plan to take advantage of him, but decided to use absolute strength. Let Brother Chun Yin take action. Even if Lin Yi is in the early stage of Heaven stage, in front of the peak late stage of Heaven stage, he will not be able to withstand a single blow, Chun Yang Tianzuan said. That's true. Is Pure Yin done with his isolation? Pinliang nodded and asked. Not yet, with Pure Yin's current strength, it'll be very hard for him to break through, so he won't be able to come out anytime soon, Pure Yang said. If Master is willing, I can call him out earlier. Forget it, disturbing his isolation might cause him to bite back and go berserk. There's already Zhang Naipeo in his heart, and our sect can't lose any more people. Pinliang waved his hand. There's no rush to kill Lin Yi, let's wait until he's done with his isolation. Master has the final say. Let's wait and see. Pure Yang Heavenly Venerate hurriedly agreed. Dark Palace. Today was a day of celebration for the Dark Palace, because today, the Sky Elixir sect sent over a Qi gathering pill. Maybe it was because he gave the Sky Elixir sect a good cauldron, so Elder Xianxin specially ordered to make a Qi gathering pill for the Dark Palace first. Of course, this was just a gesture. Although the cauldron had no use for Tian Chan's cultivation, in order to express his fondness for the cauldron in front of the outside world, he quickly gave out a Qi amassing pill. This Qi gathering pill is the last hope of our Dark Palace. After you take it, I will immediately send you to the Dark Phoenix Mountain Range for closed-door training. The moment you break through to Heaven rank is the easiest time to comprehend the inheritance. At that time, you may become the inheritor of the metal element. The Grand Elder held the Qi gathering pill excitedly and said solemnly, I hope you don't waste this chance. Yes, Grand Elder. Was a little nervous. Looking at the Grand Elder's excited eyes, she could only pray in her heart that the inheritance must be successful this time, otherwise, even if she was the granddaughter of the old sect master, it wouldn't help. The Grand Elder was someone who was crazy about the development of the sect. In her eyes, nothing was more important than the interests of the sect. Even if it was the sect master, as long as he did harm to the sect, she could still remove him from his position and support a new sect master. One had to say, this type of person who didn't care about anything else for the sake of the sect was a weirdo in the ancient world. After received the Qi gathering pill, she was sent to the Dark Phoenix Mountain Range by the Grand Elder to break through to Sky Class and receive the inheritance. However, the higher the expectations of the people in the Dark Palace, the greater the pressure on In fact, everyone knew that stepping into Sky Class would only increase the chances of receiving the inheritance by a small amount. Chapter 2993. Lin Yi's life became simple once again. Although the news of Lin Yi's breakthrough to the early stage of Heaven class had spread, and Lin Yi's enemies had also gone into hiding, but Lin Yi was worried about Chen Shi, so he didn't leave the villa. In fact, Lin Yi's current priority was to go back to the West Star Village, then open the third stone door and get the benefits behind it. But without receiving any news about Chen Shi, Lin Yi's heart was not at ease. So in the past few days, Lin Yi still practiced martial arts in the villa every day, condensed the forging fire, and waited for Han Jingjing to come out of seclusion. He wanted to increase her strength to the late stage of Earth class, and then see if she could refine a third-level pill. The only thing that made Lin Yi happy was that he had made great progress in condensing the forging fire. Maybe Lin Yi's strength had improved, or maybe Lin Yi was diligent in practicing. In short, Lin Yi could now increase and decrease the attributes of the forging fire at will, but he still couldn't change the temperature and intensity of the fire. These two aspects still needed further practice. But no matter what, Lin Yi had improved a lot compared to before, and this change made Lin Yi very happy. At noon, Lin Yi finished his practice and was ready to increase the strength of his spirit beasts. But before Lin Yi reached the backyard, the phone rang. Lin Yi picked it up and saw that it was Gu Xian. He quickly pressed the answer button. Gu Xian? How is it? Is there any news? Boss, there's news. I was just about to tell you about it. Gu Xian had just received the news, and quickly dialed Lin Yi's number. Zhao Guanyin and Qin Shi went to the Heavenly Elixir sect, and at present, Qin Shi was given to the young master of the Heavenly Elixir sect as a furnace by Zhao Guanyin. And because of his contributions, Zhao Guanyin became the disciple of the 8th elder of the Heavenly Elixir sect, Kang Mingming. Oh. Qin Shi was sacrificed as a cultivation vessel? Lin Yi's heart suddenly jumped. Although Lin Yi didn't know how to use the furnace, it was definitely not good for Qin Shi. He quickly asked, is she in danger? For the time being, there is no danger, because according to the information, Qin Shi has not systematically practiced the furnace mantra before, so the Heavenly Elixir sect has decided to let her practice the furnace mantra again in 2 years. So for now, it seems that no one is in danger. Gu Xian said, however, it's hard to say after 2 years. According to the news, the maid before the Heavenly Silkworm transformation was his furnace. Her name was Heavenly Butterfly, and she has been cultivated to death. One is already dead? Lin Yi immediately frowned, but he was a little puzzled. The Heavenly Silkworm transformation he saw the other day didn't seem to be someone who practiced crooked ways. Could it be that the rumors were true, that the young master of the Heavenly Elixir sect was a lecherous pervert? Yes, even the Heavenly Elixir sect admitted that one died, but they said it was an accident. But the rumors say that Heavenly Silkworm transformation used her as a furnace and sucked too much pure qi, and she died. Gu Xian said. Boss, you know that it's hard to say, but the rumors aren't unfounded. What Gu Xian didn't know was that the news of Heavenly Butterfly being used as a furnace was spread by the Heavenly Silkworm transformation herself. One, it was to cover up her female identity, and the other, it was to cover up the fact that she was hiding Heavenly Butterfly. But at least we still have 2 years. Gu Xian, help me keep an eye on the Heavenly Elixir sect and Qin Shi. If there are any changes, let me know immediately. Lin Yi said after some thought. At least Qin Shi was fine for now, and Lin Yi breathed a sigh of relief. Boss Zhu and Second Zhu had been sent back by Lin Yi to protect Ziyu. Lin Yi had enough underlings around him, and the two of them wouldn't be of much use here. Plus, the news of Lin Yi becoming a Sky-class early phase had spread. In the Hidden Plane, there was no one who could fight him anymore. The Ancient Plane, on the other hand, had their own rules. They wouldn't casually enter the common world. After hanging up, Lin Yi called Ziyu and told her not to worry, that Qin Shi was fine for now. He also told Boss Zhu to tell Qin Shi's mother about the situation, but he could only tell her the truth. Qin Shi had been sold by Zhao Guanyin, and although she wasn't in danger right now, it was enough for her to give up on Zhao Guanyin. She had to be more careful, just in case she fell for it again. Hidden House Tang, Elder Tang Taizhong, had also heard about Lin Yi breaking through to Sky Class and annihilating the Hidden House Zhao. He was so scared that he couldn't sit still. Before, Tang Taizhong never would have thought that a solo practitioner like Lin Yi could grow to this extent. It was too unbelievable. Even at the Hidden House Summit, Tang Taizhong couldn't tell that Lin Yi was able to annihilate the Hidden House Zhao. At that time, he was naive enough to think that Lin Yi had caused the conflict between the Hidden House Yu and House Zhao to escape. He was still afraid of the Hidden House Yu and House Zhao. Lin Yi's excellence was only that of a junior. Compared to elders like them, it was like heaven and earth. But now, his illusion was shattered by Lin Yi's actions. From what he could see, Lin Yi, a junior solo practitioner that he didn't even put in his eyes, suddenly became a crocodile that could swallow the hidden house Tang at any time. Tang Taizhong was truly afraid. Tang Boss, Tang Yu, and Yu Xiaoxin were all called to the hidden house Tang's meeting room. Tang Taizhong was like an ant on a hot pan, pacing around on the floor. What do we do? What should we do? Back then, we, the hidden house Tang, offended Lin Yi and his father-in-law's family. What should we do now? Hidden house Zhao has been annihilated by Lin Yi. Next, it should be our hidden house Tang's turn, right? Back then, when Tang Yun was accepted as Shuegu's disciple, Tang Taizhong wasn't too worried. He only regretted kicking Tang Yun out of the house. After all, an ancient sect wouldn't make a move on a hidden house just because of a small grudge. It was against the rules. However, Lin Yi was a solo practitioner. He didn't care about the rules and didn't play by the rules. He destroyed whoever he wanted. This was what worried Elder Tang the most. Chapter 2995. However, everyone in the Tang family cared about their face. Although they knew that they were the ones who caused the situation, they couldn't bring themselves to go to the Snow Valley to recognize Tang Yun. Especially when Xiao Ming was still in the Snow Valley, Boss Tang didn't dare to do this behind Yu Xiaoxin's back. If Yu Xiaoxin found out, she would definitely explode in anger and make a big fuss. But now, it was a moment of life and death for the hidden Tang family. Face and whatnot could be abandoned. Tang Taizhong's tone had already softened. Why would eldest brother Tang still care about face? How about I make a trip to the Snow Valley and bring Xiao Ming back? Tang Laoda hesitated for a moment before he looked at Tang Taizhong and asked. Actually, bringing Xiao Ming back was equivalent to acknowledging Tang Yun. He would also become Lin Yi's father-in-law. Then, Lin Yi couldn't not acknowledge his own family, right? How dare you? Before Tang Taizhong could say anything, Yu Xiaoxin exploded and loudly denied, "Are you still thinking about that bitch in your heart?" Pa. Tang Taizhong frowned. He was very dissatisfied with his daughter-in-law. But before he could reprimand her, big brother Tang couldn't help but slap her in the face. Why are you interrupting when men are talking? You slut, if it wasn't for you rejecting Xiao Ming, would our family be in this state now? Xiao Ming's daughter was Tang Yun. She is Senior Lin's girlfriend. With Senior Lin's support, our hidden Tang family might even become the ancient Tang family. You hit me? Yu Xiaoxin didn't listen to the latter part of Big Bro Tang's words. She directly became anxious as she pointed at Big Bro Tang and cursed, "I want to go back to my mother's house and tell my father that you hit me." All right. Yu Xiaoxin, stop fooling around. Tang Taizhong finally couldn't take it anymore and scolded, "Hiding in the Yu family is also difficult to protect. Do you think your father is some great hero?" In front of Senior Lin Yi, it was just a fart. Senior Lin wanted him to destroy the hidden Zhao family, so he had to destroy it. Otherwise, he would have to die. However, he is lucky to have a chance to be Senior Lin's dog to resolve his grudges. Our hidden Zhao family is a step behind. After being scolded by Tang Taizhong, Yu Xiaoxin suddenly came to her senses. Yes, Lin Yi was no longer the Lin Yi of the past. She had always regarded the hidden Yu family as a big backer, but in front of Lin Yi, didn't they order them around like dogs? Thinking of this, Yu Xiaoxin shut her mouth and did not dare to say anything more. "Grandpa, I support father's suggestion. I'll accompany him to the Snow Valley to reunite with him. Even if I can't bring Auntie Xiao Ming back, our relationship will at least be better. At least my relationship with Auntie Xiao Ming is still not bad." Tang Yuyu said, "As for Lin Yi, I have a good relationship with him. I don't know if he can do me a favor. Of course, if Lil Sis Tang Yun helps, then there won't be a problem. That's good too. Tang Taizhong nodded in agreement and patted Tang Yuyu's shoulder. Yuyu, now it seems that you have the most foresight in our hidden Tang family. Not only did you have a good relationship with your auntie Xiao Ming, you also had a good relationship with Senior Lin Yi. This way, not only can our Tang family resolve our grudges, we might even be able to rise to the next level. Xiaoxin, look, how powerful is your son. Unlike you, petty and narrow-minded. If Xiao Ming comes back this time, her position in the family will be the same as yours. She will be a second wife. If you dare to bully her, then scram back to the hidden Yu family and wait for death. Don't implicate our hidden Tang family. Tang Taizhong thought of the possibility of obtaining Lin Yi's support and the hidden Tang family would soar. In this way, the hidden Yu family's help and power would not be worth mentioning at all. Yu Xiaoxin nodded submissively but didn't dare to make a scene. Even if she was stupid, she could see that Lin Yi was now more powerful than the hidden Yu family and the hidden Tang family. If she offended Lin Yi, then her family would be ruined. Dad, don't worry, I won't dare to do it again. But you have to thank me for giving birth to Yuyu. If it wasn't for him, how would we have the chance to meet Lin Yi? Tang Taizhong nodded and calmed down a little. How about this, boss, Yuyu, you guys pack up and head to Snow Valley. The sooner this matter is settled, the better. Otherwise, if Senior Lin Yi is free and decides to attack our hidden Tang family, we will be caught unprepared. Okay. Boss Tang and Tang Yuyu quickly agreed. However, the hidden Tang family was worrying over nothing. Lin Yi didn't really remember what happened in the hidden Tang family. His memory was messed up because of the senseless herb's medicinal liquid. He couldn't remember what conflict he had with the hidden Tang family, so it was even more impossible for him to find trouble with the hidden Tang family. 5 Elements Sect. In the living room of the 5 Elements Sect, Ancestor Xianxin was receiving 3 people from the secular world. However, for Ancestor Xianxin to personally come out to receive them, these 3 people's identities were definitely not ordinary. Ancestor Xianxin, I've heard a lot about you. Among the 3 people, the leader was a woman who was a little too young. At this moment, facing Ancestor Xianxin, her attitude was neither servile nor overbearing. Obviously, she was someone who had experienced a lot. Miss Luan, I'm afraid you've heard the name Xianxin not long ago, right? As for me, I've heard a lot about you. The person in charge of the largest overseas human potential research organization, the Center. Ancestor Xianxin laughed and nodded to the young woman in front of him. Don't call me Miss Luan. I'm afraid I'm about the same age as you. The woman called Miss Luan said faintly, I wonder why Ancestor Xianxin is looking for me through Jiangwen? Forgive me for being blunt. Before, I was only guessing that behind the Fire Wolf Gang and the Red Conches, there was another larger and more high-end organization. The Fire Wolf Gang and the Red Conches sounded more like a branch of a certain organization. After thinking about it, it could only be more similar to the once flourishing center. Ancestor Xianxin said, so, with an attitude of giving it a try, I invited you through Jiangwen. I really didn't expect that after the center was destroyed, I became much more low-key, but Ancestor Xianxin still connected the Fire Wolf Gang and the Red Conches to our center from clues. Miss Luan said with a smile. Chapter 2996. If you have something to say, just say it. Miss Luan didn't continue talking to the Xianxin ancestor and asked directly. Because Jiangwen had earned a lot of money recently, he directly entered Miss Luan's line of sight from the leader of the northern branch of the Fire Wolf Gang. It just so happened that the Xianxin ancestor sent someone to invite Jiangwen and the leader behind him to 5 Elements Sect as guests, so Miss Luan appeared. If it was an ordinary sect, Miss Luan definitely wouldn't appear, but 5 Elements Sect was different. Miss Luan had also heard of this sect that stood at the top of the pyramid of the cultivation world, so she agreed to come. And this was the first time Jiangwen saw the biggest boss of the Fire Wolf Gang and Red Conch. However, being able to enter the eyes of the biggest boss meant that it wasn't far from Jiang Wen's meteoric rise. Great. The Xiantian ancestor nodded and said, I've been in contact with little brother Jiang Wen before. It just so happens that Professor Yin wants to use a few practitioners to experiment and create a new type of modified biohuman. I can provide 2 practitioners here. Oh. What's the condition? Miss Luan wasn't stupid and asked directly. After all, it was a very difficult thing to find practitioners to experiment on. Which practitioner would be willing to accept the modification so easily? However, it was useless for ordinary people. Professor Yin had already modified many times and still couldn't achieve a breakthrough, so he could only find practitioners. Moreover, practitioners were very strong. If they didn't accept the modification voluntarily, no matter how strong the Fire Wolf gang was, they wouldn't be able to capture a few practitioners to obediently cooperate with the modification. I heard that the Fire Wolf gang is good at turning the dead back to life. As long as there are living tissues in the body, they can turn this person into a biohuman. Is that so? The Xiantian ancestor asked. That's right. What do you want to do? Miss Luan didn't deny it. However, this technology is quite advanced. It's still difficult for Yin Siren to do it himself. This is also the reason why I'm looking for Miss Luan. The Xiantian ancestor said. If Miss Luan can do it herself, I'm afraid things will become much simpler. How about it, Miss Luan, can you help me? Who do you want to revive and modify? Miss Luan did not agree, nor did she refuse. She only asked. She was also estimating the bargaining chips, trying to see how much benefit this matter would bring to her. It's a grand disciple of mine. He was beaten into a vegetative state and is currently unconscious. As long as he wakes up, the attribute structure in his body remains the same. To put it bluntly, it's to retain the strength of a cultivator. The person that Patriarch Xiantian was referring to was naturally Tag Anlong. Now that the dark seed, Tian Chan, had failed to accept the inheritance, Patriarch Xiantian had no choice but to target Tag Anlong again. However, there was no hope for him to concoct the 4th-rank Great Revitalizing Pill. It was something that was out of his reach. He had no other choice but to think of other ideas. After thinking for a while, he focused on the Fire Wolf gang and prepared to make a deal with them. Definitely not. What Patriarch Xiantian did not expect was that Miss Luan rejected his idea with one sentence. If you want your grand disciple to come back to life and have extraordinary strength, that's not a problem. However, if you want to retain the attributes and strength in his body, at least for now, I can't do it. If it's a normal person, I can give it a try, but the key is that your grand disciple is already seriously injured. I have to change some of his genes to revive him. Who knows if the attributes in his body will change? Miss Luan directly rejected this kind of thing that could not be done, lest there be problems in the future. Is that so? Patriarch Xiantian was a little disappointed. So I said, try using a cultivator that we provide here first. I've already said that a living person is different from a dead person. There's no comparison. Miss Luan shook her head and refused. Can't you think of a way? Patriarch Xiantian was a little unwilling. Whatever price you want, just name it. I really can't. Miss Luan shook her head and said indifferently, you also know the style of our center. We can cooperate with others, but we won't easily agree to things that we can't do. Professor Luan, Patriarch Xiantian, I heard a rumor. I don't know if you want to hear it. Jiang Wen suddenly interrupted. Oh. What rumor? Patriarch Xiantian looked at Jiang Wen and asked quickly. He naturally wouldn't think that Jiang Wen would talk about something unrelated to this matter at this time. If he spoke at this time, it must be related to Taganlong's injury. Some time ago, Lin Yi was poisoned and had his meridians and dantian destroyed. I'm sure you're familiar with this, right? Jiang Wen asked. But Lin Yi recovered later on. Do you know why? I've heard of this, but do you know why? Patriarch Xiantian's expression became solemn as he looked at Jiang Wen. I have a rough guess. Jiang Wen said proudly. According to my sources, after Lin Yi was injured, he was helpless, and a large group of subordinates rushed to Lin Yi's villa. This also means that the news of Lin Yi being poisoned and injured was true. Lin Yi shouldn't be faking it. Something really happened to him. Of course. No matter what, I was the one who gave the poison. It would be strange if it didn't work. Patriarch Xianchen nodded and said without hiding anything. Oh. This news surprised Jiang Wen. Patriarch Xianchen, you're also Lin Yi's opponent? Then why isn't Lin Yi dead yet? However, Jiang Wen was puzzled. How powerful was the Five Elements sect? Was there a need to poison Lin Yi if they wanted to kill him? They could just send out a couple of masters and Lin Yi would be dead. Due to some reasons, my men and I can't do it ourselves. Patriarch Xianchen waved his hand and said awkwardly, let's not talk about this for now. Continue with your guess. Okay. Back then, Lin Yi had been recuperating in the villa. However, someone came to the villa after that. Jiang Wen said. Who? Patriarch Xianchen frowned. He was a little unhappy that Jiang Wen was keeping him in suspense. Sun Jingyi. Jiang Wen said. Our family was once one of the 4 big and 5 small noble families in the secular world. We know very well what's special about the Sun family. That is, the people of the Sun family have a special incantation that can heal others. Xianchen, on the other hand, went to investigate Hao's son. After learning that Shi was fine, Lin Yi decided to go to Star West Village. Lin Yi went next door to ask Han Xiaoqiao when Han Jingjing could come out of isolation, but Han Xiaoqiao said that it would take at least a month, so Lin Yi decided to go back to Star West Village and open the 3rd stone door first. After all, Han Jingjing's isolation didn't have a specific time, at least a month or so. This meant that it might not be finished in a month or so Lin Yi would have returned from Star West Village long ago. At night, Lin Yi called Meng Yao, Yushu, and his followers together, preparing to talk to them about going to Star West Village. This kind of solemn atmosphere made everyone understand what decision Lin Yi was going to make. Tomorrow, I plan to go back to Star West Village, Lin Yi said to everyone. Lin Yi, didn't you recover? Why do you want to go back to Star West Village? Meng Yao paused and asked curiously. I don't have much to do recently, mainly. I need money. When I go back, I want to discuss with my old man if I can go back to my old business and earn some quick money, Lin Yi said, a little embarrassed. This was actually one of Lin Yi's secondary goals. Fatty Lai didn't say anything recently, but Lin Yi could feel that he was having a hard time. His villa by Lidhua River was sold, and his car was changed to a second-hand business car. This was enough to show how difficult it was for Fatty Lai. So, as the real boss of Miracle Dr. Guan's medical company, Lin Yi had to do something. Moreover, although Xiaoke didn't say anything, Lin Yi could imagine how difficult it was for Xiaoke's orphanage. It was okay to take in orphans, but most of them had congenital diseases. They were either disabled or had cerebral palsy. The medical fees were endless. Meng Yao's mission had come to an end. Now, even if Lin Yi handed in the mission, he couldn't leave the Miss and Shu behind. However, while carrying out this mission, he could still take on some other missions, and it wouldn't delay him. Lin Yi could see that these hidden houses were very powerful. When he wasn't injured, no matter where he was, even if he went to the Heavenly Elixir sect for more than a month, these people didn't dare to come looking for trouble. But once he was injured, even if he was in the villa, these people would still come looking for trouble. So, even if Lin Yi went to do some other missions, as long as he was fine, these hidden houses wouldn't dare to do anything to Meng Yao and the others. When he went to the Heavenly Elixir sect, Zhao Qibing was beaten up badly by Yushu, but he didn't dare to say no. Once he was injured, he would jump out and show his fangs. You need money? The miss was slightly stunned. She then remembered about Lin Yi's medical company. Because of Lin Yi's injury, she forgot about it. Now that she thought about it, Lin Yi really did need money. These lackeys actually didn't have a solution. Although they could gather 100 million if they clenched their teeth, it was just a drop in the bucket for the operation of the medical company. It wouldn't be of much use at all. Lin Yi had to find another way to quickly gather a large amount of money. Yes, it's not a shameful thing. What happened to House Lu this time brought too much trouble. Now that my injuries are fine, the next step is to get some money. Lin Yi said. That's right. I'm not a big deal. Then. Let Shu go with you. The miss hesitated and said. In fact, she wanted to go herself, but she was too embarrassed to say it. With the miss's personality, naturally, she pushed the responsibility to Shu. Chapter 2998. Who's going? I still have exams to take. Meng Yao glared at Yushu. She was a little embarrassed that her thoughts were exposed. Oh, then Shu can go by herself. Yushu blinked and said. Yao, Shu, I'll go alone this time. I'm not going to play this time, but to discuss something. I don't think it'll be interesting. Plus, I plan to ride the purple lightning beast. It's faster, so I won't drive. Lin Yi didn't plan on bringing the two girls with him. Lin Yi still had to open the third door. This was a secret, and Lin Yi didn't want people to know about it. The miss and Shu were trustworthy people, but if they were to come, the lackeys would have to come as well. Lin Yi had no reason to reject them. That's fine, it'll be faster. Shu, you're not allowed to go either. Stay with me for exams. The miss said calmly, but she was a little disappointed. I'll be back soon. Lin Yi smiled. I won't be gone for long this time. Boss, do we need a few people to go with you? Chikuan asked. No need, just leave a few people to protect Yao and Shu. The others have been out for a while, go home and do your own things. I'll find you guys when I have something to do. Lin Yi rejected with a wave of his hand. All right. Chikuan didn't insist. After all, with Lin Yi's strength, it was inconvenient for him to bring lackeys along. Chen Tian, on the other hand, was apologetic. Boss, out of all of us, only House Yu and House Lu are the wealthiest. Now that House Lu is bankrupt, there's a limit to how much we can help. I'm regretting it now. If I hadn't wasted so much money chasing after Jingyi, I'd be able to take out some more now. I'm already very grateful for your kind intentions. I'll think of a way to deal with the rest. Lin Yi waved his hand and said nonchalantly. He needed money for everything, and there were only so many ways he could earn it. The pill of life extension and toxin cleansing, on the other hand, couldn't be brought out into the world again. Kang Xiaoming would probably come looking for trouble again if he did, and he might even use the opportunity to cancel the pill. Lin Yi didn't want any trouble, so he had no choice but to turn the pill into the pill of life extension and toxin cleansing. It wasn't time for the practitioner's market yet, either, or Lin Yi could have sold another batch of pills. That would have been a huge relief to him. At night, Lin Yi didn't rest. Instead, he went to the villa's yard. Since he'd decided to leave, the first thing Lin Yi did was to level up his 3 beasts. The purple thunderbolt beast should be faster than before when it reached Earth class, and Lin Yi rode it back with a speed advantage. Feng, come with me back to West Star Village, I'll level you up first. Lin Yi waved at the purple thunderbolt beast. Roar, roar dash, the purple thunderbolt beast heard Lin Yi's words and ran over. Lin Yi found a clean place, sat down cross-legged, and started the second stage of the art of dragon mastery to level up the purple thunderbolt beast. This wasn't the first time the purple thunderbolt beast accepted Lin Yi's true chi transfer, so it didn't panic. Instead, it painfully and happily enjoyed the feeling of leveling up. At this moment, the purple thunderbolt beast was at the peak of the late phase of mystic class, and Lin Yi helped it break through to earth class. Then, its strength soared until it finally stopped at the peak of the late phase of earth class. Although this was a leveling up from mystic class to earth class, it consumed more true qi than the previous leveling up from yellow class to mystic class. But now that Lin Yi's art of dragon mastery was at the peak of the second stage, the speed of circulation and true qi transfer were incomparable. So, it only took a few hours for the purple thunderbolt beast to successfully level up. Next, it was General Weiwu and Skybolt Pig's turn. But General Weiwu was the first spiritual beast to follow Lin Yi, so he gave the opportunity to Skybolt Pig first. Lin Yi didn't care about their modesty. Anyway, it was just a matter of entering Earth class earlier or later. Since Skybolt Pig came first, then it was Skybolt Pig. However, when Lin Yi was leveling up Skybolt Pig, he was shocked by the sparks and lightning not far away. At first, Lin Yi thought it was going to rain. But when he looked carefully, it was the horn on the purple thunderbolt beast's forehead that was releasing lightning. Although the intensity of the lightning released by the purple thunderbolt beast didn't seem strong, it was enough to surprise Lin Yi. Could it be that after the purple thunderbolt beast advanced to earth class, it could also use martial arts? Previously, Lin Yi heard that the purple thunderbolt beast could use martial arts when it was in earth class, but he didn't expect it to be true. Moreover, it seemed to be a very powerful and flashy lightning martial art. I wonder how strong it is against the enemy. But Lin Yi was currently leveling up Skybolt Pig, so he didn't have time to test the strength of the purple thunderbolt beast's martial art. He could only wait until the matter at hand was over. However, what surprised Lin Yi was that during these few hours of leveling up Skybolt Pig, Lin Yi witnessed how the purple thunderbolt beast's lightning martial art went from jerky to proficient. However, as the purple thunderbolt beast continued to use it, the brightness of the lightning became dimmer and dimmer. It seemed like the purple thunderbolt beast's physical strength and true energy had been depleted. When a human cultivator used martial arts, it would consume a large amount of physical strength and true energy. It seemed like it was the same for spiritual beasts. However, Lin Yi didn't care about it for the time being. Until Skybolt Pig finished leveling up, Lin Yi asked the purple thunderbolt beast, "Little phone, is this your martial art? Just how powerful is this martial skill of yours?" "Roar roar," the purple thunderbolt beast said weakly. "GG." Skybolt Pig used his claws to write on the ground and translated, "If you are proficient in using it, it should be about the same as your Earth class martial arts 9th style. However, there is a limit to the number of times you can use it. You can only use it 2 to 3 times. Oh. Only the 9th style." Lin Yi was a little depressed. If it was the 9th style, there really wasn't much of an advantage. Because all of Lin Yi's little brothers were already Earth class peak late phase experts, and they were already preparing to start learning martial arts. Using the 9th style wouldn't be difficult at all. However, Lin Yi's eyes suddenly narrowed, and he asked, "You're saying that it's about the same as my Earth class martial arts 9th style? Are you referring to the Frenzy Fire Fist or the Frenzy Fire 8 Trigram Palm?" Chapter 2999. What? Lin Yi was pleasantly surprised after hearing Skybolt Pig's explanation. The 9th style of Raging Fire 8 Trigrams Palm was something that could instantly kill a heaven ranker. He could only use it once, but the purple electric beast could use it twice or thrice? What kind of concept was this? In other words, even if Lin Yi faced 3 or 4 heaven rankers, he would be able to handle it. Of course, Lin Yi didn't know if he would have an advantage when facing a heaven ranker, but even a heaven ranker would be heavily injured if he were to face 4 attacks from the beast. "Then can you use it proficiently now?" Lin Yi quickly asked. Roar roar. The purple electric beast shook its head. GG. Skybolt Pig translated, "Little Foam said that it can't use the full effect of the martial skill. It can only use 70 to 80% of it. It should be able to kill a heaven rank middle stage master, but it's a bit weak against a heaven rank middle stage master. It's okay, practice more then. Although Lin Yi was a little disappointed, he was more surprised. Because a spirit beast could use martial skills, then Lin Yi could go on missions and earn money without worry. With the purple electric beast at home, it was equivalent to Lin Yi guarding the place. Even if a heaven ranker came, Lin Yi wouldn't be afraid. In the end, the only one left was General Weiwu. After leveling it up to Earth-class late-phase peak dog, the sky was getting brighter. It was a busy night, but Lin Yi was disappointed that Skybolt Pig and General Weiwu didn't have any martial skills. General Weiwu's lack of martial skills was within Lin Yi's expectations. After all, it wasn't a real spirit beast, but a pseudo-spirit beast that Lin Yi forcefully upgraded. However, Skybolt Pig was a spirit beast with the ability to find treasures, but it didn't have any martial skills either. Lin Yi didn't know why it leveled up. Did it increase its ability to find treasures? In the morning, Lin Yi prepared a sumptuous breakfast. This was Lin Yi's farewell feast with Yao Yao, Shu, and the others before he left. After I leave, Chiton and Shintian can stay here. Everyone else can go back. Lin Yi said to everyone, you all have your own things to do. You can come back when you have something to do. Everyone nodded. What Lin Yi said was the truth. Now that Lin Yi had nothing to do, those clowns had all gone into hiding. As long as Lin Yi's strength was there, no matter where he was, nothing would happen to the family. At least, the hidden forces wouldn't dare to cause trouble. Jingy, if you don't have anything else to do, go spend time with Faubert. After you met him, you didn't go with him. You only cared about me in the villa. Lin Yi turned to look at Sun Jingy. Sun Jingy had been living in the villa recently. Because of Faubert, Meng Yao didn't reject Sun Jingy at all. She prepared a room for her upstairs. But I have to go home first. Sun Jingy said, according to House Sun's rules, after treating someone, the children of House Sun have to go back to the ancestral hall to register their genealogy. If there are no accidents, that person will be the other half of the children of House Sun. Sun Jingy blushed as she said this. She carefully looked at the miss and sighed in relief when she saw that the miss didn't have any other expression. Lin Yi was slightly taken aback. He didn't expect House Sun to have this rule. He quickly said, Jingy, I'll go visit Elder Sun after I come back. I'll tell him about us. Since this was House Sun's rule, Lin Yi had feelings for Sun Jingy. He naturally had to give Sun Jingy an explanation. However, what made Lin Yi feel relieved was that the miss and Shu didn't show any dissatisfaction. When Sun Jingy came, they showed great dislike towards her. However, they were very friendly towards Sun Jingy. This was probably because Sun Jingy saved him and was Faubert and Grandma Sun's daughter. Jingy responded softly, blushing a little. Actually, if there's time this time, Lin Yi, it'd be best if you brought Jingy back. Meng Yao said, of course, if you can't make it this time, you can tell Grandpa Lin first. Ah. Okay. Lin Yi nodded and looked at the miss gratefully. Her personality seemed to have changed a little. Meng Yao was a little embarrassed by Lin Yi's gaze. She said, Jingy has done so much for you, and she likes to be with you. Shu and I are very happy to see that, but we still need to tell Xiao Xiao about this. That's true. I'll go to the Ice Palace soon and talk to Xiao Xiao about this personally. I'll tell her about Jingy and Xinyan. Lin Yi didn't feel pressured towards the Ice Palace anymore. Although it couldn't be said that Lin Yi's strength was above the Ice Palace, it was because Lin Yi had stepped into Sky Class, and the distance between him and Rock Candy was getting closer and closer. In front of her, he didn't have that unreachable feeling anymore. Sun Jingy lowered her head, too shy to say anything. Even she didn't think that things would go so smoothly between her and Lin Yi. After saying goodbye to everyone, Lin Yi rode the purple lightning beast and disappeared in front of everyone's eyes. It was only dawn, and there weren't many people and cars out there. Lin Yi and the purple lightning beast took a secluded path, so no one noticed them. At the same time, in the snowy valley, there were two uninvited guests today. The disciples of the snowy valley had stopped a car in the snowy valley. This is the snowy valley. If you too are here to explore or to travel, please stop. The patrolling disciple stopped Boss Tang's car. Boss Tang didn't dare act rashly. This was the snowy valley, a place that was much stronger than the hidden sections. Even a normal patrolling disciple had the same strength as him. Boss Tang said respectfully, "Young warrior, we are here to look for someone." "This is the snowy valley, right?" "Yes, this is the snowy valley." "Who are you looking for?" The patrolling disciple nodded. His expression softened when he heard that Boss Tang was looking for someone. "We are looking for Tang Yun." "May I ask if she is here?" Boss Tang asked. Chapter 3000. I am Tang Yun's father. And this is Tang Yun's brother. We are from the hidden Tang family, and we are here to visit her. Boss Tang was shocked and quickly explained. "What? You said you are Elder Tang's father?" The patrolling disciple was stunned. The words of the two people in the car made him dumbfounded. Didn't Tang Yun's parents live in the snowy valley? Who in the snowy valley didn't know? These two people could have pretended to be Tang Yun's father. Wasn't this exposed in an instant? However, the patrolling disciple didn't expose them on the spot. Since these people were using the name of Tang Yun's father to deceive them, they had to take them down first and see what sinister motives they had. Yes. Boss Tang didn't know what the patrolling disciple was thinking, so he nodded immediately. The disciple said calmly, "You guys wait here for a while, I will go report." "All right," Boss Tang nodded. The patrolling disciple took out a piece of paper and stuck it on the windshield of Boss Tang's car. On it was written, "Patrolling Disciple 19, waiting to report." Boss Tang and Tang Yu didn't know what was going on, so they quietly waited for the patrolling disciple to report back, but what they got was a group of aggressive Snowy Valley disciples. Every single one of these Snow Valley disciples had the strength of an early stage to late stage peak. The moment they arrived, they surrounded Tang Boss and Tang Yu. The two of them didn't even dare to think of resisting. In fact, even if these people weren't Earth class, Boss Tang wouldn't dare act rashly. After all, this was the Snowy Valley's territory. No matter how arrogant he was, he wouldn't come to the Snowy Valley to show off. Wouldn't that be suicide? Plus, he was here to acknowledge his family, so he had to show a friendly attitude. "You. What is the meaning of this?" Boss Tang didn't think that Tang Yun wouldn't come, but a group of Snowy Valley disciples, and they didn't look like they had good intentions. "Take them down first, and wait for me to pass the message to Elder Tang before making a decision." The one on duty today was another elder of the Snow Valley, Elder Chin. Because this matter involved Tang Yun, he wouldn't make a decision on his own. Instead, he took down the two people who claimed to be Tang Yun's father and brother and waited for Tang Yun to deal with this matter. Originally, Boss Tang wanted to defend himself, but when he heard that Elder Chin wanted to pass the message to Tang Yun, he let out a sigh of relief. Once Tang Yun arrived, everything would be easy to discuss. Therefore, eldest brother Tang gave Tang Yu a meaningful look. The two of them did not resist and obediently followed the disciples of the Snow Valley to the reception room of the Snow Valley, where they were temporarily detained. Tang Yun was in the middle of training, and the Grand Elder's sudden visit surprised Tang Yun. Normally, the Grand Elder wouldn't come to find Tang Yun personally. Even if there was something, the disciple on duty would pass it on. She came here personally, so something big must have happened. For example, if Lin Yi came, or if someone related to Lin Yi came. Tang Yun greets the Grand Elder. Tang Yun stood up and greeted respectfully. "Elder Tang, there are two people outside the Snow Valley who claim to be your father and brother. Do you know these two people?" The Grand Elder didn't hide anything and asked straightforwardly. After all, the person who came was not Lin Yi, so she didn't need to hide anything. However, the rule of the Snow Valley was that if someone came to find Tang Yun, they must first report to the Grand Elder. This was because the Grand Elder was afraid that Lin Yi would directly pass the message over, so she added this rule. This was also the reason why she came personally today. My father? My brother? Tang Yun was slightly stunned. Doesn't my father live in the Snow Valley? I have a younger brother, no older brother. Then these two people are liars? The Grand Elder nodded and said, then I will get people to teach these two liars a lesson and chase them out of the Snow Valley. Wait. Tang Yun suddenly thought of something and said, I'll go see them first. Alright, then you go. In the guest hall, I won't go. You deal with it as you see fit. The Grand Elder said to Tang Yun. Okay. Tang Yun got up and left the room, walking towards the guest hall. The Grand Elder was very satisfied with Tang Yun recently. Although Lin Yi came last time, Tang Yun didn't recognize him and didn't do anything inappropriate, which made the Grand Elder feel relieved. But the only thing she was worried about was that Tang Yun's heartless art cultivation had encountered an obstacle. If the heartless art was not cultivated to the extreme, then it would be impossible to cross the gap between the peak late stage of heaven stage and the great perfection. Although the Grand Elder was also at the peak late stage of heaven stage and was infinitely close to the great perfection, he was still not at the great perfection. Although Tang Yun was an inheritor and there was no level barrier under the heavenly Tao, there was no level barrier between the peak late stage of heaven stage and the great perfection late stage of heaven stage. This was a kind of accumulation of strength and the cultivator's own understanding. It had nothing to do with the level barrier. If the level of the heartless art could not be reached, then the last step would not be taken. This was what the Grand Elder was most worried about. Tang Yun walked all the way to the guest hall and saw Tang Yun and Tang Yu surrounded by the disciples of the Snow Valley. She had vaguely guessed who these two people were, but when she saw them with her own eyes, a complicated expression flashed across her face. Disciples of the Snow Valley, leave. Tang Yun waved her hand and said to the disciples in the room. Yes. Elder Tang. Seeing that Tang Yun had come, the disciples also left the guest hall respectfully. At this moment, only Tang Yun, Tang Yu, and Tang Yun were left in the guest hall. Tang Yun. I didn't expect you to be so powerful. You are already an elder of the Snow Valley. As your father, I am really happy and proud for you. Tang Yun didn't know what to say. After a long time, he finally said this. Of course, if these words were said by other father and daughter, it would be very normal. But when it came to Tang Yun and Tang Yun, it was really a bit funny. What are you doing here? Tang Yun's face, other than the complicated expression when she first entered the room, had already returned to her indifferent expression. She had cultivated the heartless art, and her whole person was cold. Even when facing Lin Yi, her whole aura would not change. Although Tang Yun did not want to, there was no other way. This was the mantra. The more she cultivated it, the more her aura would change. Chapter 3001. Birthday Banquet? Tang Yun suddenly remembered what happened in the Hidden House Tang. Lin Yi held her hand and broke off with the Hidden House Tang. She was helpless at that time, but standing beside Lin Yi gave her a sense of security. But now, he had forgotten her. The two of them had become impossible. She didn't think that the person who came to her door was the father who abandoned his wife and daughter, the father who cut off all ties with her. Tang Yui was a little embarrassed. He looked at Tang Boss and then at Tang Yun. He sighed and said, Tang Yun sis, I know you have grievances in your heart, but this person is still our father. That's right. I know. Tang Yun nodded. She had a good impression of Tang Yun. Since Tang Yun had spoken, Tang Yun didn't say anything else. She only said, but you guys are here. What do you want? Sister Tang Yun, it's like this. I'm afraid you've received the news, right? It's about Senior Lin Yi. Although Tang Yun had a good relationship with Tang Yun, they had only met for a short time. Tang Yun wasn't sure if Tang Yun would give him face, so he was careful when he spoke. Lin Yi? Senior? What news? Tang Yin didn't understand, why was Lin Yi a senior in Tang Yu's mouth? Even if Tang Yun saw Lin Yi in the Snow Valley and knew some of Lin Yi's heroic deeds, such as how he could instantly kill a heaven stage when he was an earth stage, there was no need to call him senior, right? Tang Yu was stunned. He didn't know the inside story of Tang Yun going to the Snow Valley. He only knew from some news that Tang Yun went to the Snow Valley and became an important elder of the Snow Valley. He didn't know the rest. But since Tang Yun was important in the Snow Valley and the disciples called her Elder Tang, how could she not know about Lin Yi? So Tang Yun wasn't sure if Tang Yun didn't want to talk to him, or if she really didn't know. Tang Yun sis. You don't know? Tang Yu paused and looked at Tang Yun. He wanted to see if she didn't want to say it, or if she really didn't know. Unfortunately, although Tang Yun asked, her expression didn't change. She was still 1,000 miles away. I've been in closed-door training the whole time. I just came out when I heard that you guys were here. Of course I didn't know. Tang Yun shook her head. Tell me, what happened to Lin Yi? Although Tang Yun really wanted to know about Lin Yi, she was very calm. She didn't want Tang Yu and Boss Tang to notice anything. It's like this. Tang Yu didn't hide anything. Since Tang Yun asked him to, he told Tang Yun about how Lin Yi got injured, poisoned, crippled, and then miraculously recovered. He also told Tang Yun about how he destroyed the hidden house Zhao. Tang Yun was shocked. Lin Yi was already a Sky-class early-phase master. It hasn't been long since I last saw him. His leveling speed is really fast. Moreover, the hidden house Zhao was already destroyed. Thinking about it, the hidden house Zhao was a strong enemy that Lin Yi provoked when he was in Songshan City. She didn't expect that Lin Yi had already turned it into a stepping stone. Tang Yun was sincerely happy for Lin Yi. Although Tang Yun knew that she and Lin Yi probably didn't have any interaction, she still imagined that even if she practiced the heartless arts and became an inheritor and ascended to the heavenly Tao, if Lin Yi also ascended to the heavenly Tao, they could still meet at that time. However, the fact that Lin Yi was poisoned and his meridians and dantian were destroyed shocked Tang Yun. Although she knew that Lin Yi had self-recovery ability after being injured, could he still recover when his dantian and meridians were destroyed? At least in Tang Yun's understanding of practitioners, this kind of injury couldn't be healed. But Lin Yi actually recovered, which made her feel relieved. At the same time, she was glad that she came to see Tang Yun. It was a good thing, at least she knew about Lin Yi. Tang Yun's words made Tang Yun's attitude towards the two soften. Maybe it was because she was happy for Lin Yi. Tang Yun nodded and said, I see. I understand. Then tell me your purpose of coming here. Tang Yun looked at Tang Yun. The matter of recognizing relatives should be brought up by Tang Yun. After all, Tang Yun was Tang Yun's father. As a brother, he couldn't say that he came to recognize his sister, right? That would be a bit impolite. After all, Tang Yun was the leader of this matter. Tang Yun wasn't Tang Yun's brother from the same mother, but a half-brother. Tang Yun was a bit embarrassed, but he knew that this kind of thing could only be brought up by him, so he said, It's like this, Tang Yun, I want you to go back to the hidden house Tang, to recognize your ancestors. Oh. Tang Yun heard Tang Yun's words and suddenly felt that it was a bit funny. Mr. Tang, I have nothing to do with the hidden Tang family. Moreover, you were the one who kicked me out. Why should I go back? This. Tang Yun was speechless. Yes, there was no practical benefit for Tang Yun to return to the Tang family. She was already an elder of the Snowy Valley and had a lot of power. She didn't care about hiding her identity in the Tang family. Secondly, he was the one who kicked Tang Yun out. Now that Tang Yun came back, it was indeed a bit unreasonable. If there is nothing else, please go back. Since you don't want to tell the truth, then there is no need for us to talk anymore. Tang Yun looked at Tang Yun coldly. Tang Yun looked at Boss Tang coldly and said. Naturally, she didn't think that Boss Tang had a conscience and came over to acknowledge his family. She was afraid that he had some ulterior motive. This. Tang Yun looked at Tang Yun for help because he realized that he was a bit guilty in front of Tang Yun. Although Tang Yun didn't show her strength, her aura and the attitude of the Snowy Valley disciples were enough to show that Tang Yun's strength was not ordinary. Otherwise, she wouldn't be an elder of the Snowy Valley. Perhaps Tang Yun's strength had already surpassed Tang Taizhong's, so Tang Yun didn't dare to speak in front of her. Tang Yun had no choice but to bite the bullet and said, "Sister Tang Yun, I know that after I said these words, you must have a bad impression of me. But sometimes there is no other way. As a disciple of the hidden Tang family, there are some things that I have to say. So please forgive me." Chapter 3002. Ah. Tang Yu heard Tang Yun call him brother and was stunned. He couldn't believe his ears and looked at Tang Yun in disbelief. You. What did you call me? You're willing to recognize me as your brother? Brother Yu, my birth mother said that you are a good person, so no matter what happens between me and the hidden Tang family, I will still recognize you as my brother. Tang Yun nodded and said, "So, if there's anything, just say it." Okay. Tang Yu was pleasantly surprised and quickly said, "Actually, this matter is related to Lin Yi." Lin Yi? What about him? Tang Yun frowned. What's his relationship with your family? It's not a relationship, it's our hidden Tang family. We're afraid that Lin Yi will come looking for trouble. As he said that, Tang Yu told Tang Yun about Grandpa Tang's worry for Lin Yi after seeing the hidden Zhao family being destroyed. However, Tang Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry after hearing it. She knew Lin Yi's personality very well. Not to mention the hidden Tang family, it was a family that had some relationship with her. Even if there wasn't a relationship, she wouldn't take the initiative to provoke Lin Yi, and Lin Yi wouldn't have the mood to cause trouble. After all, although the Tang family was unhappy, it wasn't to the point where Lin Yi had to remember to settle the score. You don't have to worry about this, Lin Yi won't be so bored to find trouble with you. As long as you don't provoke him, nothing will happen. Tang Yun waved her hand and said. If that's the case, then can you help me make a phone call? Then we'll go and apologize. Boss Tang was relieved when he heard that Lin Yi wouldn't settle accounts. However, he still wanted to build a good relationship with Lin Yi, so he wanted Tang Yun to be his bridge. Humans were like this. Often, after one thing subsided, they would think of something else. They would never be satisfied. Previously, Boss Tang was worried that Lin Yi would cause trouble for the hidden Tang family. Now that the problem was solved, Boss Tang began to think about whether the hidden Tang family could get any benefits from Lin Yi. Tang Yu blushed a little. He didn't expect his father to ask this question directly. It made him lose face. After all, he didn't want the little bit of kinship he had cultivated with Tang Yun to be washed away by benefits. Tang Yun's face changed at Boss Tang's words. It wasn't that she didn't want to help, but she couldn't. What if eldest brother Tang went to look for Lin Yi? That he was the son-in-law of the hidden Tang family? Then wouldn't Lin Yi be very puzzled? Since when did he have a girlfriend with the surname Tang? Tang Yun absolutely wouldn't allow this to happen. However, Tang Yun was afraid that if she refused, with Boss Tang's personality, he would still secretly look for Lin Yi. So, Tang Yun hesitated for a moment and said, "Don't bother Lin Yi. He has his own things to do. If you bother him, he might kill you. If that happens, I can't do anything about it. If you want to find a backer, just say that Elder Tang of Snow Valley is your daughter." Tang Yun didn't want to get involved in these things, especially when it was the hidden Tang family that abandoned her. But now, in order not to disturb Lin Yi, she could only say this to Boss Tang. Ah. That's great. Boss Tang was overjoyed. He originally wanted to take the roundabout route to save the country and let Lin Yi become the backer of the hidden Tang family. This way, the hidden Tang family could sit on the fishing platform in the hidden world. But now, with the backing of an ancient sect, it was much more useful than Lin Yi. No matter how powerful Lin Yi was, he was only famous in the hidden world. In the ancient world, it was nothing. As long as Tang Yun was willing to support the hidden Tang family, then there was nothing for the hidden Tang family to worry about. Yes. Tang Yun was a little dispirited. It turned out that her biological father coming here was fake. His real purpose was to seek benefits. So, Tang Yun didn't have the mood to chat with him. She just needed to let him achieve his goal. Sister Tang Yun, I'm really sorry. Tang Yun sighed and said helplessly. It's not your fault. Tang Yun shook her head. If there's nothing else, you can leave. I still need to train. Then. Let's take a picture together. I'll hang it in the house. That way, people will know about our hidden Tang family's powerful background. Boss Tang didn't see Tang Yun's interest waning. He rubbed his hands and asked excitedly. Okay. Tang Yun agreed without thinking. Only by letting the hidden Tang family feel that their background was enough would they not bother Lin Yi. Tang Yun didn't want to tell the truth to someone like Boss Tang, so she could only temporarily satisfy his greed. Tang Yuyu helped Boss Tang and Tang Yun take a photo together, and Tang Yuyu and Tang Yun took a photo together. Boss Tang was very satisfied. Yun, then you practice well here. I won't disturb you anymore. I have to go back to the family and report to your grandfather. Oh. Okay. Tang Yun said faintly. Dad, aren't we here to bring Auntie Xiaoming back? Tang Yun frowned and reminded. Boss Tang glared at Tang Yun and pretended to be very concerned. Your Auntie Xiaoming is Yun Yun's birth mother. It's natural for her to stay here with Yun Yun. How can she go back? How much will she miss Yun Yun when she goes back? Tang Yun was stunned. He couldn't help but smile bitterly in his heart. How could he not know that his father didn't want to bring Auntie Xiaoming back? He already had Tang Yun's support. It was no longer important whether Auntie Xiaoming returned to the hidden Tang family or not. If she went back, it might cause his mother and House Yu to be unhappy. But if she didn't go back, he would have Tang Yun's support and wouldn't offend the hidden House Yu. Boss Tang had a good plan. But Tang Yun couldn't say anything. After all, he wasn't the head of the family. He could only helplessly say to Tang Yun, I'll go see Auntie Xiaoming. When I was young, Auntie Xiaoming was very good to me. She was like her own son. Okay. Tang Yun nodded and agreed. She looked at Boss Tang. Are you going? Then. I'll go and see. Boss Tang blamed Tang Yun for being a busybody. He could just go back. Why would he go and see Xiaoming? What if she wanted to go back to the hidden Zhao family after seeing her? You don't need to go. How could Tang Yun not see through Boss Tang's thoughts? She was completely disappointed in him and directly refused. Oh, okay. Yun, I'll listen to whatever you say. Boss Tang quickly said. He was relieved in his heart. Tang Yun was helpless. He thought that his father was too embarrassing. But he couldn't do anything. He silently followed Tang Yun and walked into the snow valley. Chapter 3004. I'm not angry. I'm helping the hidden Tang family out of respect for you and little Ming's mother. I have nothing to do with that person. Tang Yun's voice was cold and emotionless. She had no feelings for the hidden Tang family to begin with, and it was even more so after practicing the heartless arts. Sigh. Tang Yuyu sighed and smiled bitterly. I'm already very happy that you acknowledge me. I can't force anything else. Oh right, tell your father not to look for Lin Yi. Otherwise, if something bad happens, it won't be something we can control, Tang Yun reminded him again. Okay, I'll tell my father, Tang Yu nodded. The two of them walked to Little Ming's place. Little Ming was very happy to see Tang Yu come to see her, but when she found out that Boss Tang was also here, she couldn't help but feel disappointed. Tang Yun saw this and didn't say anything. After all, Little Ming still had some feelings for Boss Tang. After so many years, she followed him and didn't have any contact with other men. It wasn't easy to completely forget Boss Tang. But in Tang Yun's eyes, it was almost impossible for the two of them to be together again, unless Boss Tang's personality changed. Tang Yu and Little Ming chatted for a while and left. After all, Boss Tang was still waiting, so Tang Yun didn't send him off. She found a disciple to send him off, and she stayed to chat with Little Ming's mother. There weren't many opportunities like this. Tang Yun spent most of her time in the Snow Valley cultivating, and Wang Yuming and Wang Yujia's personalities were different. Wang Yujia was overbearing and unruly. She walked around the Snow Valley and could see Tang Yun at any time, but Wang Yuming followed the rules of the Snow Valley and didn't walk around as she pleased. Eldest brother Tang happily rushed back to the hidden Tang family. Tang Yu could only helplessly follow him back to the hidden Tang family. Grandfather Tang let out a sigh of relief when he found out about the outcome of the matter. However, at the same time, he prepared to host a banquet and invite the elders of the other hidden families to celebrate the fact that the hidden Tang family had the backing of the ancient sect, Snow Valley. Of course, it was just a celebration to show off in front of others. Lin Yi naturally didn't know that his action of destroying the hidden Zhao family had caused such a huge confusion to the hidden Tang family. At this moment, Lin Yi had already arrived at the West Star Mountain village riding Little Wind. It happened to be evening. When Lin Yi appeared in his courtyard, Lin Dongfang noticed him. "You're back." When Lin Dongfang saw Lin Yi riding a spirit beast back, he wasn't surprised at all. He didn't express any surprise towards the spirit beast either. Instead, he asked in a very normal manner. "Yes, old man, you knew I was coming back." Lin Yi was stunned. He didn't expect old man Lin's expression to be so calm. "When I heard that you were crippled, I thought that you would return. However, now that you've recovered and returned, I am surprised," Old Man Lin said as he came to the purple electric tempest beast's side. He patted it up and down and said, "This little thing looks pretty good. Can it be eaten?" Lin Yi was instantly speechless. The purple electric tempest beast had never seen Old Man Lin before. When it heard that Old Man Lin was going to summon it, it immediately showed hostility. It widened its eyes and roared, "Roar, roar. What are you roaring for?" Old Man Lin pulled the purple electric tempest beast in front of him, which gave the purple electric tempest beast a huge fright. What kind of great strength was this? Being pulled like this, it almost tumbled down. One should know that the purple electric tempest beast was very strong. However, this seemingly weak old man in front of it was able to pull it down. One could imagine how strong his strength was. The purple electric tempest beast immediately realized that this person in front of it was an existence that couldn't be provoked. It subconsciously wanted to take 2 steps back. However, it realized that Old Man Lin's hand was on its horn, preventing it from moving at all. Roar, roar, roar. The purple electric tempest beast was instantly anxious. Suddenly, a flash of lightning flashed on its horn. It followed Old Man Lin's hand and hit Old Man Lin's body. It can even discharge electricity? Old Man Lin looked at the purple electric tempest beast strangely. He didn't care about the lightning at all. It was as if the lightning didn't even hit him. After being hit by the purple electric tempest beast's lightning martial skill, Old Man Lin was completely fine. He could even speak. This electricity is such a waste. It can even light up a light bulb. Lin Yi clicked his tongue. However, Lin Yi was already used to Old Man Lin's heaven-defying strength since he was young. However, this time, he was quite shocked. The purple electric tempest beast's lightning martial skill could instantly kill a peak mid-stage heaven-class expert. However, it was actually nothing to Old Man Lin. Previously, Lin Yi felt that Old Man Lin was extremely powerful. He was stronger than Old Man Lin, and that was why he had never beaten him before. Now, it seemed like Old Man Lin wasn't just average strength. He was super strong. Alright, old man, stop teasing it. Along the way, Little Feng carried me back, and it was quite tiring. It is quite loyal, Lin Yi said to Old Man Lin. Oh. Old Man Lin let go of his hand and didn't make things difficult for the purple electric tempest beast anymore. However, the purple electric tempest beast was so scared that it hid in a corner and didn't even dare to breathe loudly. It thought to itself, Lin Yi's family is indeed terrifying. Lin Yi was already a terrifying existence, and it didn't expect that there was an old man in his family who was even more terrifying than him. He didn't even react to the lightning martial skill, and he was extremely powerful. You are back. Are you going up the mountain? Old Man Lin looked at Lin Yi and asked. Yes, I have completed the second level. I'm going to go and have a look. Lin Yi nodded. Is everything settled in East Ocean City? Old Man Lin asked. Yes, but there was a problem. One of my younger sisters was captured and sent to the Heavenly Elixir sect, Lin Yi said. Chenxi? Old Man Lin asked. I say, old man, how do you know everything? Did you install a surveillance camera on me? Lin Yi was stunned. He realized that he couldn't hide anything from Old Man Lin. No, I just paid more attention to you recently. Your growth has finally accelerated, and I am very pleased, Old Man Lin said. When you come back next time, I will probably be able to tell you some things. Oh. Lin Yi was slightly stunned. He then asked, You can't tell me now? Not yet. Old Man Lin shook his head. Chapter 3005. By the way, are there any missions recently? Lin Yi changed the topic. Are you short of money? Old Lin looked at Lin Yi. I thought you had already adapted to a comfortable life. My life now is not as comfortable as it used to be. Compared to the life of an assassin, it's child's play. It's just that my strength has increased, and I don't feel that it's that dangerous as a cultivator anymore. Lin Yi smiled bitterly and said, Every world has its own rules. If you don't step into it, you'll never understand it. Since you want to take on missions, I can help you think about it. Of course, don't take on the missions from before. I'll help you find some high-end missions with high pay, Old Lin agreed. Alright, the more the better, Lin Yi replied, Of course, don't make it too difficult. I don't want to die for money. Oh, I'll help you check, Old Lin said nonchalantly. That night, Lin Yi left Little Feng at Old Lin's place while he rushed to West Star Mountain. After the second stone door opened, Lin Yi remembered that there was a stone tablet beside the third stone door that was completely different from the first stone door. There was a line of words written in seal script on it. You can open the stone door after mastering the second level of the Art of Dragon Mastery. In this way, Lin Yi didn't have to abide by the 5-year promise on the night of the full moon. As long as he mastered the second level of the Art of Dragon Mastery, he could open the third stone door. Now that Lin Yi had mastered the second level of the Art of Dragon Mastery, he should be able to enter the stone door smoothly. Lin Yi arrived in front of the Xianyuan cave mansion with ease. Now, Lin Yi had a rough idea of what was going on. The Xianyuan cave mansion didn't exist since ancient times, but was built later. Moreover, according to Jiao Yazi, the 5-year promise seemed to be specially prepared for Lin Yi. Lin Yi's heart was full of suspicions. Ever since Old Lin kicked him off the cliff, he seemed to have walked into a path that someone had planned for him. Every step he took was controlled by that person. Who was the one who had planned all of this? Of course, that person obviously didn't mean any harm. In fact, he was full of kindness. After all, Lin Yi had all the benefits. Although Lin Yi didn't have a good sect background and didn't have a large amount of treasures for cultivation, it could be said that the Jade Space and the Xianyuan Cave Mansion were enough to make up for the difference. Otherwise, how would Lin Yi be able to step on all the opponents who were stronger than him? This was enough to prove that the things in the Xianyuan Cave Mansion were very powerful. They weren't any weaker than the top inheritances of the ancient sections. No matter how strong Zhang Naipeo was, he was still restrained in the end. And so, Lin Yi admired the person who built the Xianyuan Cave Mansion. He didn't know why this person would help him, and what was the relationship between him and him. After building the Xianyuan Cave Mansion, why didn't he show up? Old Lin probably knew about all of this, or at least part of it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have kicked Lin Yi down. Now that old Lin didn't want to say anything, Lin Yi could only guess in his heart. It wasn't nighttime yet. The last time Lin Yi came here, he had tested it. The stone door couldn't be opened before nighttime, but this time, Lin Yi didn't know if it was possible. The third stone door didn't have a full moon, but the night didn't have to be a full moon. So, Lin Yi went up and tried again. Unfortunately, the stone door didn't open. It seemed that even if a full moon wasn't needed, a normal night was still needed. Night was a prerequisite for opening the stone door. This was also within Lin Yi's expectations, but Lin Yi couldn't be sure without testing it. Since it was still early, Lin Yi calmed down and sat cross-legged at the entrance of the cave. He began to condense the forging fire, slowly waiting for the night to fall. Lin Yi had basically reached a bottleneck on his path of cultivation. The early stage of the heaven realm had been completely stabilized, and he was just waiting for an opportunity to advance to the peak of the early stage of the heaven realm. It wasn't easy to break through to the peak of the early stage of the heaven realm unless Lin Yi had a chi gathering pill or touched the bottleneck in battle. This was also why many cultivators didn't have the opportunity to break through in battle and could only choose to cultivate in seclusion to find an opportunity. Of course, there were some cultivators who kept taking chi gathering pills until they reached the peak of the late stage of the heaven realm. But then they wouldn't have any more pills to take, and they wouldn't be able to cultivate on their own. This was equivalent to losing the opportunity to advance to the heavenly way. Although the chance of advancing to the heavenly way sounded very slim, many practitioners still held a glimmer of hope for it. They would not take chi gathering pills if they could. Besides, other than the heavenly elixir sect, which sect would have too many chi gathering pills? Slowly, the night fell. Lin Yi put away the forging fire in his hand and looked up at the dark blue night sky. The moon wasn't a full moon, but a crescent moon. Lin Yi stood up and walked towards the direction of the cave. He stopped in front of the stone door in front of the cave and slowly placed his hand on the stone door. He then began to circulate the art of dragon mastery. With his previous experience, Lin Yi was familiar with the process. The stone door recognized its master and slowly rose, revealing the Xianyuan Cave Mansion inside. The scene inside the stone door was almost the same as the last time Lin Yi came. Lin Yi didn't stay for long and went straight to the second stone door at the back of the hall. The last time Lin Yi opened this stone door, it really wasted a lot of energy. The stone door made the physical strength and vital qi in his body go through a big cycle. But this time, Lin Yi had experience. He calmly placed his hand on the second stone door and then began to circulate the art of dragon mastery. But this time, what surprised Lin Yi was that the vital qi in his body wasn't automatically sucked into the stone door to complete a cycle like the last time. Instead, just like the first stone door, Lin Yi circulated the mantra and the stone door slowly opened. Once the stone door opened, Lin Yi and the space in the jade pendant naturally re-established a connection. Seeing the scene in front of him, Lin Yi couldn't help but ask, "Jiao Lao, this second stone door is completely different from the last time?" You're tuning into the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.